So the age of magic, of myth, of mystery, of adventure has come to pass. And while some of the races of the realm remained, their ancestry was long forgotten, and people made their lives easier with science and inventions, and soon enough magic, survival, strength, they're all lost in time. It was a cool to mild night on Hallows Eve on O'Grady's ranch in Stockdale, Texas. As you all hang your dirty boots up on the porch, dust your jackets off, and pour a round of bathtub brewed corn hooch, you kick your feet up and contemplate your life choices and the hardships of ranch life. Before too long, you're all in that comfy state that bathtub brewed corn hooch seems to bring you to, when the sharpest, brightest, most intense green light bursts through the curtains, illuminating you all. The ground begins to quake and you hear Tinfoil Pete scream out, "I gone told you all it's them dang coming to probe us right now, hoo-ha!" Tinfoil Pete is stopped mid-hoo-ha as he's ripped from the house, through the ceiling, by a monstrous prickly arm. You all look up in disbelief as Tinfoil Pete's arms are torn from his body. Turns out, it ain't the after all. The creature looks like a combination of spikes, wine barrels, and rage. It spikes Tinfoil Pete's lifeless body onto its abdomen on a bunch of sharp thorns and begins to drain Pete of all of his blood. I'm going to get everyone to give me a sanity roll to start the game off. So that's a d20 roll. I'm going to make the DCs up as I go along, and
oh shit.
Yeah, shit's going to get hairy.
12.
Well, get fucked. Good. I like that.
1 second, I need to pull up. 19.
Okay. So, who are we talking about right now? Who are we? Nick, what's your character?
I'm gonna say director person.
Yeah, I was like, who's starting here?
He's just Steve.
Thief? His name is Thief?
He's just Steve.
Oh, Steve. I was like, you called him a thief.
No, he's not a thief, maybe. No, he's a fighter.
Nice.
He's a fighter.
Yeah.
And his name is Steve.
Steve the Brawler. Alright.
Pretty much. He's
Brady,
a simple man.
who you got?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob. And Jace?
I'm Hobo Harry.
Oh, Hobo Harry's joining us straight away.
Right off the bat.
Very good.
I'm just stirring me
Okay.
hooch.
Stir at your hooch. Yeah. So you are the brewer.
Of course.
The brewmaster, as it.
You trust these cunts to start brewing? They don't know hooch.
You definitely make the strongest hooch, that's for sure. Tried and true.
It's because I put my socks in there.
So Steve and Billy Bob, you have saved, so you don't lose out a sanity point. However, Hobo Harry, you feel the sheer terror of your friend Tinfoil Pete losing his arms and his life drain you a little bit of your sanity. Lose 1 point, sir. All of this happened in the time it took you to take the tiniest of sips of your brew. And it almost doesn't feel as though it were real, and yet you find your feet moving under you as you head out the front door, down the steps, and out into the farmstead. But where are you headed? What are you going to do? You check your phones, there's no reception and the light is blinking. You recall Tinfoil Pete mentioning 3G and its ability to affect your DNA through microbiomechanics in organisms, but surely this isn't what's happening. You gotta get out of here. You look towards the stables and you see a sea of blood pouring from its doors. Presumably horses are no longer an option. There is the old work ute. That could likely work, and it would fit you all in it. But the keys, where are they? You argue between yourselves for a moment as to the whereabouts of old Betsy's keys. Then the creature makes a noise and you remember what's currently happening around you. The equipment shed on the opposite side of the house is as good a place as any to start. Worst case, there's likely something to defend yourselves with, or those keys could be there too. So we're heading to the side of the house to the equipment shed nearby to start our journey. You are currently unarmed in regular civilian clothing, and it is current day.
Well,
I done say that I would really like a weapon.
yeah, well, fuck, go in there then and get me something too.
I was thinking one of them, beating weapons. That'd be good.
You mean a crusty sock?
Man, what's your damage? Are you alright?
I'd be better if I had some more hooch, but someone left it inside.
Hooch is always gone, man. Hooch is always gone.
Sad, sad day.
From behind you, you hear the squelching and crunching of bones coming from the house. You recall the horror within its walls. Standing around, not really moving or doing anything. Give me a sanity check.
7.
3. I'll just drop that already.
10.
Okay. You all lose a sanity. And you realize time is of the essence.
And I'm just gonna reef on the door. Just try and open that equipment shed.
Okay. You're just going straight over to the shed and you're going to try and open it?
Yeah, straight up.
Alright.
I'm gonna run across and help out as well.
Alright. You notice it's...
As they're both
little bit
doing
stuck.
that, I'm gonna run into the back of them and try and like Looney Tunes us all through the door.
Oh, God. Alright. Give
Just
me a
like
collective
full
strength.
bolt.
Give me a collective athletics roll. All of you.
18.
Okay.
Plus 2. 20.
Damn.
11.
Okay, not as good, but okay. That's fine.
Even with a +4, it's an 8.
Fuck me.
Solid roll.
So you, Billy Bob and Steve go running over to the door and both start jingling away at the knob. Not really quite interacting with the door the way the regular people should. Maybe it's the panic setting in. And then from behind them, Billy Bob just comes charging through, powering through them, knocking the door inwards and knocking the door flat to the ground. You hear the huge creature, which is only, 20 feet away from you, turn its head and stop chomping and starts to turn. You've got just a moment to dive out of the way and hide yourselves. Give me a dex save.
19 plus 2.
Alright. Billy Bob, you're laying on top of them. You dive out of the way quickly. However, Steve's been flattened. He's underneath Hobo Henry right now. Hobo Harry. I wrote so badly I couldn't even read my own writing. Oh, damn.
I think I need to get more dice out.
Yeah. Hobo Harry, you push off of Steve, knocking him back to the ground, and you dive out of the way.
Should have just held him as a meat shield.
Steve, you're currently laying right at the door, on top of the door, which you guys have collapsed in. You turn around and you can feel the heat of this creature starting to get much, much closer now. It's dripping viscera from Tinfoil Pete.
I want to try and jump up and make my way into the shed and try and find a weapon, please.
Okay. I'm going to get everyone to give me a sneak roll now. Stealth sneak.
14 total?
8.
Unnatural 20.
Okay. So, with that, Steve, you managed to get off the top of the door, and collectively, you guys place the door back up against the the wall. Basically, the creature is just perched just outside at this point, looking in. But strangely, it doesn't seem to have sensed you guys in there. You're safe for now.
Well, I'm gonna join Steve in searching for a weapon.
All right.
Yep.
Gosh, guys, what we got in here? I'm, like, throwing shit around.
Jesus Christ.
That's my version of investigation. 9 minus 1 is 8. So that is my version. I'm like throwing shit at it.
You pick up every useful item and you throw it away.
That's a 5.
5
Yeah.
and a 12. Wow. This is the part
And an
where you
8.
guys are meant to get equipped with something to protect yourselves with. You come out of it. You have a look around, and so Billy Bob, you find some rags. They're not clean. They're oil-stained rags. And I'm gonna say Hobo Harry. What'd you get? 12 was it?
12, yeah.
Okay, Hobo Harry. You managed to find a whip.
Nice.
Yeah. Now you're fairly certain you've picked this place clean. It doesn't look like there's much else in here.
But I think I could put this over its face if I knew where its mouth was. What do you reckon?
That sounds like sexual assault.
I don't know if that big ass thing has a sex.
I can have sex if you really want to. Any hole's a goal, and if you can't find one, make one.
While you guys are inside of the shed, you hear the creature moving back away from the shed, and it goes back to consuming tinfoil peat near the house.
Steve starts to look around and shifting as he sort of... Is there another way out, a window on the back end or anything like that?
There's a small window. It would be a proper squeeze. And unfortunately, Hobo Harry hasn't looked after his physique as much as Skinny Billy Bob and Steve have.
I'm gonna drive through the window.
All right. As you take a few steps back towards the door, so the window's the opposite side of the door in this little shed. You take a few steps back. You tread on a small cat's tail, and you just hear CW, the house cat, scream out. Turns his head in a high-pitched tone. Ah! Hey! I'm walking here! What, you ain't never heard someone from Queens before? You're talking to me all wrong. You do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a solder knife.
Did that dang feline just speak?
I don't know. Get out of here.
This is America, babe. You gotta think big to be big.
What?
An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
Yeah, I'd like to get blind.
I feel like I heard that. I did heard this cat before. Somewhere. Holler box, man.
Every once in a while, the lion has to show the jackals who he is.
I'm gonna throw the cat through the window.
Good response. Alright, give me a strength roll. Give me an attack with the cat.
I want animal handling for throwing a cat.
14.
Literally animal handling.
Yeah.
Solid roll. Lily!
The cat flies straight at this window. You hit it dead center. And it actually does break through it. You hear him as he lands on the other side, of course, on his feet. And he's like, I wish I could hand out world peace and unconditional love, wrapped in a big bow. And then you just hear nothing except for a crunch. And as you look outside, you see the huge creature has doubled back, gone around to the back of the shed, and has now stepped on the cat.
I think the
creature
front
then
way is the way out.
Ducks down to the window and eyes you guys up and has now very much seen you.
I'm gonna try and whip it in the eye.
Go for it. So, your whip
I don't really have
is a
stats
d4
for
of
the-
damage. You have
Yeah.
10 feet of reach. Yeah.
It's a 13 to hit. I don't know if there's any bonuses for the weapons hit or anything, because I don't actually have stats for the weapon.
I'm going to say a +2.
Right, well then that's a 15 to hit.
Okay. That'll hit. Roll me some damage.
It was a D4, yeah?
Yep.
1.
Big damage! Alright, you watch this huge creature, this hulking mass, recoil in pain as it gets whipped directly in its eyeball. It is temporarily stunned and or blinded. So you guys can make a break for it if you would like. Or you can hang in the shed if you really want. I don't really care.
I'm going to
That's
just...
my cue. I'm out of here. And just Looney Tunes it out the door, just like the puff of smoke where I was.
I'll follow him too then, I guess.
So, there's a couple of other places that you consider. The hay shed may have some improvised weapons, or you've got a long run through the fields to where O'Grady might keep his gun. All options are possibilities for those keys as well. The choice is entirely up to you.
I don't really have a preference for where we go. Just not back to the cactus cunt.
These here rags
least
ain't
not
much good
yet.
on the.
You go. No, don't do this to me. It's
No,
please
Your
continue.
cats are too
Hey,
polite.
I interrupt a fucking lot. Don't worry. You get polite at the beginning.
Okay. I lost it now, so you have to go.
Oh, the suspense!
These rags ain't that much good on their own. I need more. And just bolt for the, what was it, the hay shed.
The hay shed. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Okay. I mean, there's the option of checking out the stables as well. You did see a pool of blood coming from it, but this is your.
Nah,
this is your
I don't
world.
dang want nothing to do with that there inside liquid.
It's outside liquid now.
That ain't right.
Thinking it's best to stay together across and follow to the hay shed.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
Alright. So you leave the hulking creature behind, rubbing its eye. It doesn't seem too stunned for too long. So as you run
its eye.
away. Yeah. Like when you get dirt in it.
That's how
as you
get
guys get
keratoconus.
a little piece down the road, you do notice it recovers pretty quickly, and it's gone back to the house once again. So the hay shed's down the driveway a piece, and as you run away from the chaos, your heartbeats intensify. Did all this really just happen? How do you fight such a beast, if it were to come to that? The thought of fighting such a creature distracts your mind for a moment, and then you realize there are hay bales everywhere. Something has thrown these bales a ridiculous distance. You'll need to navigate them to find your way inside of the barn.
Can I not just climb over them?
Yeah, I was like,
If you'd like.
you have like I'm guessing this is the part where like there would be a A map of...
There are hay bales everywhere, and past them is the hay shed.
So we're theatre of the minding.
Yes.
I imagine. Are you saying they're the big round bales?
They are a mixture of all of the sorts, but mostly the square bales. But there are just big mountainous piles all over the place. And not just like one or two strewn around. There are like hundreds piled up all over the joint. Think of like maybe a junkyard, but it's made of hay.
I'm going to channel my hobo madness and just run in a straight line over everything and just try and leap as I can. Just channeling that hooch.
You're occasionally tapping the space bar as you go just to get that like the quick jump, like you're Skyrim jumping up a side of a mountain.
Hitting control as I land to do the slide to pick up speed, you know.
Lovely. All right. Give me an athletics as you just take off running. Suddenly you just see this hobo take off in a full pelt run.
17.
Damn. All right. You start trudging up the first of the hay bale mountains of sorts. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to be more careful about it. So I'm going to run and then like put it back to a hay bale and run to the next one. Continue that like process.
Jesus. All right.
I'm going to try and take a bit more of a direct route and sort of like around things where I have to, but if there are smaller options to jump sort of over and just make a path forward.
Okay. So we've got one of you going hell for leather as fast as possible. The next one is going as slow as possible and as cautious as possible, and there's one in between, basically. So very, very quickly, you see Hobo Harry just disappear, like, over the first mound, and he's pretty much out of sight. Billy Bob, you are so slow at this point. You watch even Steve disappear from sight very quickly, as you sort of cautiously take one hay bale at a time. And Steve, you are every now and then doing a bit of a leap over like lower ones and doing like a bit of a quick roll over the top and stuff. Sort of somewhere in between. So now you're kind of scattered around this hay bale area. Okay. Good. So, Hobo Harry, as you mount the second hill of hay, as you run in a direct line to the hay shed, you see, just seconds before it's going to hit, a hay bale coming straight for you, and it's Skyborn. Give me a dex save, as it's pretty much coming straight for your head.
17.
Fantastic, you son of a bitch.
Can I whip it in half?
Dive out of the way. Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah, for flavor, I'll let you do that. Go.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. The 17, you just do it. You pull your whip out and you whoosh. You watch as the hay bale splits in two and just goes either side of you. Just stand atop the mountain of hay. Suddenly, you guys didn't even notice this before, but Hobo Harry's always worn a cape. So he has this like strange billowing cape from behind, just catching the wind.
How has my character become like Hancock?
Damn, I'm glad I let him stay in the barn. He's worth more than his hooch.
The hooch is probably what's fueling him.
Alright, you guys begin to weave around these piles and, well, in the case of Hobo Harry, straight over them. Hobo Harry, you're the first one to find the remnants of one of the farmhands. There's a deep, thick pile of blood, and the only identifying matter is his favourite hat floating on top.
I put it on.
It's Carl's hat. And you guys are probably, I don't know, a minute away still, so... Hobo Harry, you lean down, you grab the hat out of the viscera, and you put it on your head. Give me a sanity check.
Oh, fuck. 17.
Yeah, you're totally fine with this. Wow.
Consistent.
All right. You
What
put it
kind of
on.
hat
It
is
fits
it?
really well. So this is a wide-brimmed, sort of a cowboy-style hat. It's entirely drenched in blood. And one thing you notice is you sort of tip the hat to one side and you try and like get the blood to stop like dripping, to like finish dripping, and it doesn't. It's constantly dripping. So it's just constantly a run of blood going down your face and just dripping off of your beard.
This
Basically
is
the
like
whole
that
time.
house that I bought that one time with the dripping blood walls.
Now you guys come around the corner.
I was gonna say, can we catch up?
Yeah, and you see this horror mess of like just blood and viscera everywhere as Harry turns around.
You
Gosh
have,
damn, Harry, that looks like Carl hat, except you covered in red.
You had
What in the
the.
hell happened to you, man? It's new, all right.
Yeah, I've found the hat.
As you guys sort of take all of this in, give me a sanity check. Billy, Bob, and Steve, that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, I'm doing it again.
Hope Harry is fine with this.
Cactus thing, too scary. Murder hat, fine.
Sanity is just a straight roll, isn't it? There's no
Yeah.
bonuses.
There is no bonus.
15.
Okay,
15.
you're fine. Billy Bob, you are not fine. Take a point away. So at
Yeah,
the moment
I
we
wanna
have
kind of-
Steve is on 11 points of sanity. Hobo Harry is on 10, and we have Billy Bob on 10 as well. Hobo Harry, you now have a +1 to ranged attacks.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Your whip isn't a ranged attack though, it just has reach as a melee, but
Motherfucker.
keep it in mind you have a +1 for ranged attacks when you get those. Alright. You guys have sort of reconvened. You're somewhere in the center of this pile of hay everywhere. There's a strong stench of hay, of wet, of smoke, of blood. It's almost dizzying, and as you weave through the maze of hay or head over it, whichever one you choose, you begin to feel as though none of this is even real. How can it be? Things like this just don't happen here. They just don't. You hear yet another hay bale come crashing down. This one rolls straight down the alley ahead of you, and protruding from atop it is a pitchfork.
That's what I want. And I'm gonna try and grab it.
You take it.
Go and grab it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a strength as you grab it and try and pull it out of this hay bale. Seems fairly wedged in there.
4.
You did not.
And
you did
standing
not
on
pull it
top of
out.
this hay, and I'm just like,
I
can't dang pull this thing out.
The fall onto your back thing.
I will walk over and assist.
All right. Well, Steve, you can have a go at just trying to pull it out for yourself if you want.
Well,
It's like a
But
skeleton
Harry,
pitchfork.
what are you doing?
I'm gonna wait until
You
they
said
both
strength?
fail.
strength
Yeah,
you said?
Strength. Yeah.
17.
Damn. Steve, you just grab it with one hand and just pull it straight out. You're like, what? It's what?
I dang loosened that for you.
Sure. Here you go, Cletus.
You pass it over as Billy Bob grabs the pitchfork from your hands. You guys realize that like the end of it is just meaty. There's blood running down from the end, and there's actually part of an arm still stuck to it. Give me another sanity check.
Just those two?
Justin,
or
why
me
we
too?
do this?
You two, you're close enough to this action to be seeing it and feeling
Okay,
it.
well, if I have to roll a sanity check, I want to be able to put it in my hat afterwards. Or, like, on my hat. Sort of like a feather in the
For
cap.
meat. Jesus. Alright.
Yeah, I got 10.
Good.
19.
Damn.
Yeah,
Totally
I got
fine
a
with
10.
ripping a dude's arm out of a hay bale. 10?
Yeah.
Alright, Hobo Harry, you do not save. You're not okay with this somehow. You're okay with the dripping blood hat, but for some reason, the arm stuck through this pitchfork, it just reminds you too much of a kebab and you lose your appetite a little.
Haven't had enough hooch for a kebab.
You have a
Alrighty.
point. Nothing better than greasy kebab after the booze.
So 10 was a fail.
Absolutely. It's always a fail.
Dang, I thought I wanted the pitchfork. Still gonna use, but sad now. Sad. A little bit of light leaves my eyes.
Use it for revenge.
All right. So you
Oh, wait, do
you
Get the pitchfork.
Edge
Is that
on.
the thing?
you got a pitchfork. Yep. You're now yielding or wielding a pitchfork. So you get closer to the hay shed. You can hear a wet, oozing noise coming from the hay shed, crunching and a turning of cogs. You can see smoke rising from the new hay baler. Its engine's working overtime. Sounds as though it's struggling with the hay. Your mind slips over to work mode and you think about the new guy overstuffing the machine with hay and the scolding Gisborne gave him over it, slapping him over the back of his head. Dang it, boy! You gonna get it all jammed up in there, you know how much this is worth. Then you refocus all at once as you round the last hay bale. The hay bale machine in sight now, smoke bellowing from it as it struggles to squash people and hay bales together in a bloody mess. The crunches are the bones as they splinter and snap, contorting into a shape they should not contort into. Finally, the machine pushes through the last of the viscera, and the finished product slides out of the end to meet its other meat bale counterparts. Give me a sanity check.
7. No, wait, that was a 4.
4.
7, no 4.
Your Sandy's,
4.
your Sandy's in real question now.
You all fail.
What? 13?
The DC is gonna get higher. Come on now.
So it was it 8 and below we needed to roll on that table? Or 6?
We'll go 6. We'll go 6. I think that's probably gonna get a little bit too nuts if we go from 8, but we'll see. This is a good test.
I'm
so-
at 8.
Yeah, I know. It's great. So's Hobo Harry.
Yeah.
The meat bale hits the ground nearby and splats. Body parts shatter out from the wet, bloodied hay as it splats on the ground nearby. Then you realise the creature is holding one of the meat bales above its head and is about to throw it at you guys.
I'm gonna whip it straight in the
I'm gonna
nuts.
get you guys to what, the hay bale?
No, the creature, like,
'Cause
just
there's
goes
probably
straight for
nuts
the
in there.
groin.
The creature's probably some 30 feet away, and
Oh.
he's just hauling this thing across an expanse of space.
The way you described it, I thought, like, the baler was right there, and this creature somehow
there.
just right there out of
Well,
my...
the bale is kind of there. It has definitely gotten a little bit closer as it's being thrown. So I'll get you guys to roll me a dex, and then roll me initiative.
Dex 5.
5.
10.
Initiative,
What the hell?
initiative 18.
Okay, better.
Initiative 18.
Okay, better.
15.
Damn. Okay. So none of you saved. And this is going to be an option that I'm going to throw out to you guys. You can choose to take the damage from getting hit with a meat bale, or you can subtract 1 sanity.
I'm gonna take the damage.
I'll take the Sandy.
Yeah, I'm
That's
meaty.
Sandy.
I'll take the hit.
You going to take the hits? I mean, the hit?
I'll take the hit.
I'm gonna take the Sandy.
Oh my god, dudes. Okay. Oh, you're going to take the sanity?
wanna
Okay,
test
you're taking
that.
the sanity?
You really want to test that board?
Yeah, I will.
Alright. Okay.
Can I do like a weird? It's a bloody meaty bale of hay, right?
Yep.
They're gonna like dodge out of the way and be like, "Oh, dang!" It's like blood and viscera is like splatting on me as it goes
Splashing
past in this
past you.
Matrix dodge.
Nice.
But you've got your mouth
the other
open, so
two.
you had to taste a bit as it went past.
Yeah. It's like
Oh, good, yeah. With that like bloody iron taste as he goes past.
Iron helps us
delicious. So Hobo Harry, Steve, you're both standing there, and you go from like standing up to just flattened as Billy Bob's "Oh dang!" as it flies past him, mouth full of blood, face full of blood. Billy Bob, you're definitely shaken by this moment. The taste of one of the farmhands' blood in your mouth is just a lot. It's enough that you can actually spit it out. For Steve and Hobo Harry, you're going to take 5 points of damage as you flatten to the ground. You're now covered in viscera as well.
I wouldn't have been taking the damage off you
Oh,
guys if you how
man.
squishy we are.
This is rough.
I was
Yeah.
not expecting that though.
I rolled extraordinarily high on some d4s. It was unfortunate. So, top of the round we have Hobo Harry.
Right. I'm just gonna whip him right in the nuts, and I'm just gonna
Alrighty.
run my full distance, which is 25.
Yep.
So you said he's about 30 feet,
Yep.
and my whip does. I think it's 10 feet. 10 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 10 feet of reach, so you can keep that 10-foot distance apart.
Nah, I'm going within 5 feet. Hope to get a bit of extra flick.
Alright. Awesome.
Like an underarm.
like what you do with cows when you try and sack whack someone.
yeah.
I have no idea how to use a whip. I'm just fucking around.
Yeah, I was like, wait a sec, how are you whipping someone in the nuts with a whip? And you're like,
You get that
Crack.
Indiana Jones hook on it.
Yeah.
Well-
Oh.
With a 10, I'm not whipping no one with nothing.
Alright. Roll away. Oh, wait, you rolled a 10?
we did. you
Yeah.
got a
Oh,
tag.
Jesus. Okay, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. You go to whip the creature. You whip the hay baling machine, and it's now working faster. It's actually churning out more hay bales.
See, I told you I was good at efficiency.
As like meaty bales just start slapping down next to you, coming out of the chute. Billy Bob.
Ah! I didn't sign up for. I just wanted to sit on my veranda and drink, and I just run and jump with this pitchfork in my arm and try and stab this thing straight in the face.
Nice.
Like I'm gonna use the hobo as like a springboard off his back.
Awesome. Alright, go for it.
Do you want like an athletics in it or just the hit?
Yeah, you can do an athletics if you want to complicate things and make it harder for you to succeed.
Yeah, do
Go for
that.
it.
What? No, I did it on
Show off.
purpose. Athletics is 18 plus 2, so that's 20.
Good, because if you got a 1, you were going in that friggin' you're going in the hay bale
Yeah,
for sure.
I figured it was good. I figured it wasn't going good, but the hit I got 12.
Okay. You don't hit. So
Just
you
going straight
dive up
past.
over the top. I'm gonna see if this creature has enough of a reaction to be able to just snatch you out of the air. Luckily,
Catch him
he
and
doesn't.
throw him in the baler.
Right?
Like run and jumped off the hobo and be like, "Ah!" and just soared past.
Either you soared past or you whacked straight into him. I'm gonna say you soared past. So you managed to just sort of tap him on the shoulder, but it wasn't enough to actually do any sort of a damage or puncture him at all. So you just sort of tap it as you go past. This creature, to describe it, it looks like an oversized rat of sorts with no hair on its body whatsoever, but just muscles on muscles around its arms. So skinny ass legs, huge muscular arms, and a rat-like appearance on its face. And it's just covered in viscera from head to toe. There are chunks of body where you've landed now. You've landed in the hay bale load-up section, basically, behind this creature. And there are just chunks everywhere all around you. Alright, Steve.
I still need to arm myself, so I'm going to look around and see if there's anything here.
Can I hand him
use
the
as a
arm?
weapon.
You can if you really want.
Well, I guess technically he can take it. It's still just sitting in my hat, so...
Well, actually, you failed on that save, so you were terrified. So it's not sitting in your hat.
But shouldn't it sit in my hat and I'm just still terrified of it?
If you want to constantly roll saves, sure.
Fuck. This is a
The
conundrum.
hard choices.
I'll pass, I think. You've got nothing.
Alright.
You're dead to me, Steve.
Alright, so Steve, you're looking around for any sort of a weapon to try and arm
Any
yourself
sort
with.
of weapon.
Just give me a bit of an investigation or a perception.
That's a 9.
Alright, you look around. The best you can do is a stick.
I take it because it's
There
better
is-
than
There
nothing.
is no stat for this stick. There is no stat for this stick. It is just a stick, unfortunately.
It is just moral support.
You could use it as a walking stick.
Might need it depending on how the combat goes.
Alright. We're going to say that was probably your movement, and I'll just say finding it was a free action because it's boring. So what else do you want to do with your turn?
So, how much of my movement did I use to find the item? Or that was using my movement.
You bridged the gap between the creature and yourself, and you're about 10 feet away from it. You've moved about 15 to find the stick.
I will just sort of hang back and wait for an opportunity to poke it with the stick.
Alright, sweet. So you're ready in action to poke it with a stick if the opportunity arises. Okay, great. Now it's the creature's turn. The creature is now surrounded by enemies, basically. One has tried to whip it, the other one tried to stab it, both unsuccessfully.
And the other one picked up a stick.
It's going to pick up its meat bale, which is right below its feet, and it's going to try and slam it down on Hobo Harry. Does 13 hit you, Hobo Harry?
Does.
Alright, you're about to get hit with a meat bale. Up close and personal. It's actually only going to be 2 bludgeoning.
Easy. Is that all you got?
Bale. The meat bale splits over your head, just chunks falling down off the brim of your hat. Hat bleeds a bit more. That's about it. You're okay. Alright. Hobo Harry, you're up.
I'm gonna see if I can try to trip it over with my whip. Like try and whip around an ankle and pull.
Oh yeah. Yep. Go for it. So give me
5.
athletics as well as your attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so 5 will be the athletics then, I guess. And 17 on the attack.
Okay. So I'm going to say you do damage it by basically ripping around its ankles. So you've taken some meat off of its tiny little legs, but you don't trip it up. it's just not enough. You don't have enough reef. It doesn't sort of do what you thought it would do and get stuck. It just sort of uncoils and reefs back. But you do get a little bit of a carpet burn out of it. So roll your damage on that one.
3.
No one's damaged this thing yet. Jesus Christ. This is scaring me a lot.
Fine.
Alright. 3 damage. Billy Bob.
So that happened right in front of me seconds later, so I'm just gonna take the pitchfork and try and, like, from my, I assume, not prone, but on the ground position from my silly jump, just try and stab it straight in, like, the ankle, but pin it to the ground.
Oh, okay. Yep. Just roll an attack for me. Let's see how that goes.
So he's, like, whipped it, and I'm like, stay the fuck where you are, creature! 12 for attack?
It's
Or
terrible.
is it strength? If it's strength, it's 13.
It's still bad.
Yeah.
It's not much. Okay.
Come on.
We're going to have to give you guys some pluses to hit, I think.
Nah, it's
That's all we
fine.
need to do.
You're a coward.
I just think most people
Let
probably
it play.
have some,
Let it play.
yeah, some sort of plus to hit at some stage.
Alright, it's a thing
We
to
can
learn
adjust,
as we go.
but for
It's all
now,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You don't manage to stab it. You actually almost stab its tail by accident, realizing its tail was kind of like swishing around in the viscera around your feet. It almost trips you over. So it hasn't actually even noticed that you tried to attack it. It's paying more attention to Hobo Harry in front of it and Billy Bob behind.
Do I get movement then?
Yeah.
Wait. Run around and stand next to Steve.
Okay. Sure. So you're going to go from where you are behind it to back in front of
Yeah.
it somewhat? Okay.
Yeah, without, like, with enough distance that it can't just, like, flash at me or whatever.
Sure. Okay. No worries. Because I said it couldn't see you, you managed to sneak around it. And that's fine. Now you're standing next to Steve. You're about 10 feet away from it.
Sorry, guys. I did try and keep it in place, but wriggly little bastard.
Alright. Steve.
At least you tried. Steve is going to run in. And as he does, spin around trying to get behind it and try to go for the old Hopawati with the stick.
Alright.
Don't mind me while I get in close and personal.
I'm going to laugh if this is the most damage it gets.
Uh, 13 without any bonuses, so that's
Dang
gonna
it.
be a miss.
That is going to be a miss.
Right in the taint.
Try to ram this stick straight up its ass. It now definitely knows someone is behind it. Is that it, Steve?
That was movement, action. Yeah,
10 feet
that's it.
movement in action. Yeah.
I'm not backing away from this thing.
Alright.
I love
With that.
the idea of that means you're like, as it turns around, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like a new student in his first art class.
Guardian Leviosa! Alright. The creature turns around immediately, whips around very quickly to look at Steve. Steve, you're still just holding the stick, basically exactly how you had left it, trying to ram it up this creature's ass. It's going to attempt to pick you up, I think, and try and throw you into the hay baler. Being that you're kind of next to it now.
So
Give me a
contested.
strength. Yep. I'll tell you what, if you roll a good one, there could be a plus to yours. Because I rolled a very bad one.
22.
I thought you said 0, then I was like, how and what?
No. 22.
Okay, I rolled a 1. So, I'm going to give you the opportunity to decide what you want to do with this free action that you've got now. You've got full control to do one thing to this creature as it goes to pick you up and throw you into the hay baler. What do you want to do to it?
It has an eye, or eyes, right?
Yep.
I'm going to try and just, with the stick, poke out an eye. I start with that as a feint, which turns into grabbing the arm of the creature, and then rolling back and trying to do that judo kickflip and just aim it towards the hay baler itself.
Awesome. So the creature goes to grab you. You feint to go and stab it in the eye, and it sort of flinches for a moment, and it gives you just enough of a head start to grab this creature around its neck. You flip over onto your back, you put the boot in, and it flips over the top of you and lands into the hay baler. It's now struggling at the edge of the hay baler to try and get itself out. You do notice, though, its tail has started to get sucked in. I'm going to roll some damage for this guy from the hay baler. It's going to take 2 damage from losing its tail, or its tail end, to the hay baler. Alright. That was the creature's turn, actually, so it's Hobo Harry.
Alright, so is its tail stuck in the baler?
Yeah. It seems to be struggling at the moment to try and pull the tail out or keep itself from falling in.
Okay, I'm just gonna run and try and tackle the back of its knee. Try and make it lose balance.
Yeah, cool. Yep. Alright, go for it.
Athletics or just like a hit?
Sure. It depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to just take his knee out, you could try and kick it, and that could be an attack, or you could just try and tackle it, and that's an athletics.
Yeah, both of them are +0, so it doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Then go for whatever you feel.
13!
Which are fancy. Alright. So 13, guys. Seriously, that number.
Dude, it was Friday the 13th yesterday.
13 at some stage. Hey. Yeah. That's very true. Won't make sense for this recording when it comes out on Halloween, but...
I'll just release it next Friday the 13th.
True. Yeah. Just keep waiting until then. Okay, so you... Actually, I'm just going to roll a dex save to see if it can save on that, because it is sort of struggling against a machine. But I rolled a 3, so you do manage to assist as it starts to get knocked further into this hay baler. You watch as its back end starts to get churned up. You can hear the machine start to grind and the gears start to jam as this huge creature just starts to get chewed up a bit. Roll me 2d6s for damage. I'll let you do the damage.
6 and 6.
Hey,
damn!
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
The creature loses its footing even more, and its whole back end is chewed up. One of its legs slips in there as well. So now it has 1 leg, 2 arms out. It's grabbing basically both sides and just trying to reef itself out of this hay baler.
There's 1 foot in the grave right there.
Billy Bob.
Gonna run up with the pitchfork and jam it in its face and push it in. So I'm not trying to cause damage as a hit, just like a... You didn't get in there, you stupid Ronin! Push it in.
Go for it.
15.
Awesome. You smash it straight in its stupid face. It loses its grip, and you watch as the remainder of the creature gets pushed in to the hay baler. it's churned up and turned into some rodent meat bales on the other side. The creature is dead. Suddenly you guys feel a surge of energy come about you. Just a little bit more confidence in your step. You can choose, with your level up, to remove a point of sanity, or to give yourself 1d8 of permanent hit points.
1d8.
Does the roll also increase our current HP value?
Oh, is that what we're doing? Like, are we rolling a d8 to increase
the current, and it will give you the total. So, say you roll an 8, you'll add 8 to what you've currently got, as if you've healed 8, and you'll also add 8 onto your total.
Alright, so I rolled a 5, so I'm going up to 15, because I didn't actually take any damage.
Nice.
I've got a 6 on that, so that's up to 13 present and 18 total.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a 5. So
Harry would. Yep.
5, so 8 out of 15 at the moment.
So the creature churned up into bits turns into its own creation of the meat bale, and that is it. The fight is over.
Dang, I always did hate rodents. Gosh damn it! I'm just gonna start kicking my feet around and looking around the area and looking for something better than a pitchfork.
All right, go for it. What's Hobo Harry?
It's a nat. That's a nat 20 on investigation, but I do get -1. But I don't know with.
Yeah, it's a nat 20. It's pretty solid. You go into the hay bale shed and have a look around. It's fairly empty now because most of the hay bales have been thrown around the outside, which gives you the opportunity to really dig deep and try and find any tools or weapons or anything you could potentially use. You managed to grab a sledgehammer. You also find in the pocket of one of the victims, you find some jerky. And hanging out front of the shed is an electric bug zapper, which is battery powered, so you can take it with you. That's with
I think I'm gonna take this sledgehammer because I think it's good for for beating things.
Well, in that case, I'll take the pitchfork back. Unless you want to try your whip pitchfork combo.
I'm gonna see if I can find anything good in this meat over here. You have fun with your pitchfork.
I stashed the jerky in my pocket as well.
There's 3 pieces of jerky. Okay, so Steve, you got yourself a pitchfork. Anything else?
I've got myself a pitchfork.
Hey, I'm walking here!
Yeah, I was like, CW!
CW cat! CW
I
right
turn
there.
and go to stab at the cat.
The cat is...
Or was I just hearing things?
No, the cat is there. And it looks like it's been pieced back together. It looks like a jigsaw puzzle, but pieces have been put in the wrong places. But it is there.
Oh! Kill the abomination!
roll to hit.
There was nothing, no bonuses for the pitchfork, was there? That's a 12.
If you're speaking, I cannot hear you somehow.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
That's a 12.
A 12. 12 hits.
A 12.
You violently stab down on this cat. You pin it to the ground, and then as you lift it up, it's still pinned, and you stab it back into the ground. You keep forcing it into the ground until you basically push it past the points of your prongs of your pitchfork, and at that point, it tears the cat into 3 pieces, and you watch it slowly wiggle and then stop. And the cat CW is now dead again.
These monsters are starting to put my heart under some pressure, boys. I sort of kick the guts off the pitchfork.
I just hand him a Ziploc bag of hooch.
Take a big
Bouncing
old
the
swig.
sledgehammer up and down in my hand. Don't worry, boy. Got this now. Gonna take out some of these creatures.
I eye him askance just a little at that continual slip.
There is a stat for alcohol in this game. So if you want to drink the booze and have it have an effect, you can choose for this effect to take place. For flavor, you don't need to, but this is the effect that the alcohols can do. You'll add, or you'll take a sanity. You'll lose 1 dex, but you'll gain +2 to your AC. That's the trade-off.
So lose
You
a
don't have to.
sanity.
You don't have to if you don't want to, because it can just
Oh
be
no,
flavor.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
All right.
We're
idea
play
is-
testing this shit. This is the whole point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the idea of the AC increase is less that you've been able to dodge more or something like that in flavor AC, more in the get hit and don't care so much.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
As booze.
So +2 AC and -1 to
AC.
dex.
-1 dex, and you're adding another sanity. Or taking a sanity away, sorry.
Yeah,
So you should
that's
be
the-
on...
okay.
Are you on 9
I'm
sanity?
at 9.
Yeah.
I'm at 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Hobo Harry, you're on 8 sanity. And Billy Bob on a 7.
Living
Shit's getting
dangerously.
hairy.
So-
With that in mind, Hobo Harry, you're gonna start picking through the meat.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Give me a sanity check as you start to evaluate all of your life choices up to this point.
4!
You know,
We're gonna
7
win.
sanity.
We're definitely gonna win.
Yeah, we're definitely going to win this for sure. You still continue to pick through the meat though, as you are pretty determined to try and find something of use. What are you trying to find? What are you trying to do with this?
Find some armor. I noticed its hide was like dense, you know, because it shrugged off my whip, and clearly I'm a master whipsmith, so, you know, clearly had some sort of density in armor plating.
All right. You scrounge, and you manage to find enough meat that you can string it together, and by using part of the rat's tail, you manage to tie this piece around your arm. Give you a +1 AC.
Yes.
So you've now got a dripping blood hat and meat arm.
I love that you've just literally described creepy armor. I fucking...
Yep. it's literally creepy armor. That's exactly right.
Did the blood hat do anything, or is it just an aesthetic? I didn't recall.
It gives him +1 to ranged attacks, although he doesn't have
right.
any ranged items yet.
Also keeps my head warm.
Constant blood
And
flow.
moist, yeah.
How do you think I keep this luster?
Right. Billy Bob, you also, after having picked out the items you did, you notice that there are no car keys in the hay shed. Unfortunately.
Dang, guys, I don't see no keys. I got a smokehouse. Maybe they're there. Have a quick glance at all the meat from that creature. See if anything big enough to put in a pit.
While he's looking, I'm gonna try and pick his jerky out of his pocket.
All right. So give me a sleight of hand, which I don't think we have on the stats. So
I guess a stealth, right? Is probably the closest.
Sure.
Or maybe animal
Yeah, it's one and
handling.
the same anyway.
Well, it
Give me
was
a
animal
stealth
that I'm
and,
handling.
This could be.
19.
And at the same time, give me a perception or something. But I think it's probably going to be... Yep.
I got investigation for 11.
Okay. You managed to grab all 3 pieces of the jerky.
Perfect.
Billy Bob's pocket. Billy Bob,
looking through
you're just
this
there digging
meat.
through this pile of meat. Give me a sanity check.
2.
All right. Very good.
Here we
So
go.
with that, give me a D12 roll, please.
D12.
Yeah. 2. Let's get this. Okay. Just loading my list. Alright, with a 2 on the madness table. Vivid hallucination. You'll begin to experience vivid hallucinations. You have a disadvantage on ability checks moving forward, and that includes sanity checks.
Awesome. Are you going to describe the hallucinations, or am I doing this as roleplay?
You'll be able to describe those hallucinations. Go for it.
Okay. So as I look through this thing, I pull out what I think, like basically somehow a big chicken drumstick versus of viscera, but it's like a piece of hay. Instead, like, oh, boys, I think this'll go well in the pit. What do you reckon?
I'm just
Maybe to get it started.
gonna stare at him and then just look away.
Yeah, it's go real good in the pit. Try and stuff it in my, like, I'm wearing overalls in the, like, middle pocket.
Nice.
But it's just hay. It's just hay.
You fill your
Dumping it
pockets
in.
with hay. You now have 2 very full pockets of hay.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay. So, no keys. Have managed to arm yourselves with a few more weapons now. So, what weapons do we have currently? Steve, you have the pitchfork,
I've got the pitchfork.
Sledgehammer.
sledgehammer. You also have the bug zapper. And
Oh,
Hobo Harry, you have only got...
A whip and
whip.
armor.
Ah, that's right. Whip and armor. Yep. And a hat.
A sweet hat.
You guys, these here nuisances look like that could do with what we usually do to them flying nuisance. Hold up the bug zapper. They can see it.
I'm gonna try and whip it out of his hands. But, like, hook it onto the end of the whip.
Okay. Go for it.
7!
Hey.
You manage to crack, but it cracks just above the torch, the light, the zapper.
Dang, boy, that was wild. You almost got me. What if we go tying this onto that? Hold it out for him.
I just tie it on in shame.
Okay, so it's tied on there. So now you have a bug zapper tied to the end of the whip. Awesome. All right.
Literally
You're
has
not
a
sure
light.
exactly what it'll do yet. But you're certain it'll do something.
Can't do worse than before. Well, actually, it could, but it won't. I'll make sure of that.
You never know. Hobo Harry, give me an investigation as you're about to leave.
8. Oh, wait, sorry.
Okay.
12. 12.
Ah, better. You are pretty comfortable with the viscera now, and you pick up some smallish bones, and you realize that if you pull the whip close and taut, between dropping it to your foot and holding it up with your other arm, you can string it like a bow, and you can fire these bones a short distance, some 30 feet. You now have a ranged weapon with the combination of you two. What damage they do, you don't know yet.
Alright, I'm going to stuff the bones in the hat where I was hoping to put the arm.
Nice.
Like a weird quiver.
Yeah.
So you could either use it like a strung up massive bow, or you could turn it into a slingshot. Sounds like it would make more sense.
Both of those are hilarious, and I'm all for it.
Yep. So either way, you now have a ranged weapon. Okay. So there's still the O'Grady's stash on the other side of the cornfield. There is the possibility that maybe this creature has just left and you can head back to the house. Or you could check the bloodied stables. It's entirely up to you.
I really think we need to check the stables. If nothing else, there might be horses there for a way out.
I'm down. Check the stables. They're over there, right? They're definitely other direction.
They're the exact opposite direction. The polar opposite.
Now, I might not be the most coherent here. However, I would like to point out that if we're looking for car keys, probably not the stables. I've never once driven a car into a horse. This week.
Then we probably should have checked under the visor in the first place, shouldn't we?
Yes, perhaps. Not my car though, so I didn't want to make the decision.
Wandering over with sledgehammer just like on one shoulder. And like,
Pocket's still full with hay.
yeah.
Just quietly eyeing Billy Bob askance. I'm gonna look outside and see if I can make a run for the car to try and see if maybe the keys are just in the car.
So you guys are still at the hay shed right now, or have you guys started walking back the other direction?
Oh, I started going straight for the the stables.
Okay. So to situate yourselves, at the bottom of the hill, you guys are basically perched at the hay shed. Further up the hill is the house, and further up from that is the stables. Instead of it being a straight line, take a left and head about a mile in that direction. That's the direction you want to go if you want to go through the cornfields to get to O'Grady's stash. So that's where you're situated. So you've got to kind of go past the house to get back to the stables, and the car is not actually at the house. It's in between the stable and the house, basically, is where it's parked. Not a vehicle that they use often. It's more of a farm vehicle.
The paddock basher.
Yep.
I'm going to trust Steve's wisdom on this, and I'm going to follow him.
Well, we're all going the same direction.
Yeah, but
Weirdly in front, whistling.
I do not trust the cunt that's trying to smoke hay. Just saying.
It's imagining him putting it in the smoker and then opening it up. It's just dust. Hey, it's ready.
Proper burnt ends.
Puts like fucking expensive barbecue sauce on top of it too when it's done.
Just a rub of
crunches
spices on
down.
hay.
It's my tri-tip. So you guys head back from the hay shed in the direction of the house. You can still see the creature lurking at the house, basically. It's just decided that this is its territory at this stage.
Alright.
Are you going to just walk on by? What are you going to do?
We're in relation. Like,
Where are you guys in relation to it?
so we're
So
coming.
you guys are about 50 feet away.
So what I'm thinking, right, is
You're coming from basically the south. It's somewhat central, and then the north is the stables. East, it would be the cornfields.
so what I'm thinking is the creature on the other side of the house to us, or on our side of the house?
It's on your side of the house, and so is that shed. So it's near the shed that you guys got out of earlier by throwing the cat through the window. It's currently not facing your direction. It's facing inwards on the house.
Okay. So I'm going to try and just sneak around it. However, I have a fail safe. If I fail my sneak, I'm going to throw the bug zapper at Billy Bob.
You gonna throw the actual bug zapper?
Yeah, like I will untie it and throw it so that if anything, it turns and looks at the noise, which is away from me.
At Billy Bob.
Correct.
So
Okay.
as Billy Bob's walking, and he's sort of whistling with this sledgehammer, sees the big monster, and he reaches in his pocket for his jerky. I got this. I know what to do.
You grab out a handful of hay and just start munging on that.
Well, I noticed the jerky was missing.
Yeah. But you immediately just replace it with your hay. So with your vivid hallucinations just running rampant.
I was gonna eat it. I was gonna use it to lure the creature, but realized it's not there.
Okay then. So you start to sprinkle hay on the ground.
There you go. Come get the nice little jerky.
I rolled an 11 on stealth.
Okay.
So, depending on
what are you guys doing? What's Steve doing?
Were you finishing up, Jace?
No. You figure out what you're doing, so then we figure out how badly I fucked up and whether I've just doomed Billy Bob.
I'm gonna start moving sort of forward as well, but slightly to the side of where our hobo friend is, but still trying to stay in the blind spot of the creature. Trying to get to a point maybe where I can get around behind the other side of the house and circle around that way.
Okay. So you guys are going to go far, like right around the house sort of thing to get away from it?
That's what I was thinking, to
Avoid
the
eye
right.
contact.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sort of on the
the
left where
kind
the
of the west
driveway
or
is,
whatever.
just spreading straw. Oh.
Oh god. Alright. So Billy Bob is just spreading straw. Hobo Harry takes the right path, and some 15 feet away from Hobo Harry is Steve, following up the rear. Steve, are you stealthing as well?
Yeah, I'm trying to go quietly.
Okay, give me a roll for that one.
11 as well.
Okay. Yep. And then we have Billy Bob not being quiet whatsoever. So
No, I am
There's a-
right
there's a
now
little
because
bit
I'm
of
trying to
rustling.
set a
There's-
trap.
yeah.
Trying to like set a trap, so I am being quiet, but I'm
Oh,
like,
okay. Well, then
whispering
give
to
me a
myself
stealth.
my
Give me a
insanity.
stealth.
19 plus 4.
Get out. You got some idiot putting hay on the ground and just completely silent. You guys kicking your feet,
I just
like tripping over each
whispering
other.
like, "You go, little guy."
It's because the sole of my shoe's starting to come off at the front, so it drags when I'm walking. It's a hell of a time.
However, the creature does not hear either of these of sides of it. So he does not hear an idiot pouring hay on the ground. He doesn't hear two people basically tripping over their own feet. You pass through silently.
Billy Bob lives
Billy Bob,
another day.
after you've set your trap. Yeah, after you've set your trap, Billy Bob, where are you going?
So it's like house, car, stables.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and use the car as like cover, because obviously he's facing that direction because he had his back to us before, and like circle around the car, kind of Mission Impossible style, like dun 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 dun, and then like run real quick to the stables. Like I've been super stealthy, and then just ah!
So glad that you can't make the sound of any music properly, so we don't even have to worry about the rights.
yeah, no, I can't.
It's just like, it doesn't matter. That wasn't even close to anything.
It's fine.
All right. So you boys are stealthing around the far side of the house. So you're taking a little bit longer, and from out of the corner of your eye, you just see Billy Bob start sprinting past the car towards the stables. What
Didn't
are you
even
guys
check
gonna
the
be
car.
doing right now? No.
That idiot.
He,
We've got to check the car for these keys.
let him go to the blood stables. Fucking whatever.
Well, I guess if something kills him, I can take the sledgehammer too.
Not wrong.
And I will keep moving. I will keep moving towards the car, and then, getting in there to try and check the car itself for keys.
Yep. It's not locked. It's on a farm. You open the door and you climb into the car. You
Flip down the visor.
check the visor. You check the glove box. You don't find the keys, but give me an investigation.
-1 for 8.
Okay. You find a single empty bottle under the seat.
At least it's empty. What was it a bottle for?
It looks like it was cheap wine.
Well, at least it wasn't
Not
a
very
piss
vinegary.
You have a point. It could have been worse, for sure.
So as these boys are checking the car, Billy Bob, you get to the door of the stables. As you duck your head into the front of the stables, it's one of those stables that aren't like an open one like we cheap Australians have. This is a proper American one where they have the huge barn doors at the front, and there's about 6 stables on either side. As you go inside, it's a very nice enclosed sort of a stable. One of the doors is not even there anymore. It's been completely blown off its hinge. So you duck your head around the corner of the door, and it is just blood as far as the eye can see. There's horses' heads, hooves, ligaments strewn about the floor. Give me a sanity check.
9.
Good.
You are
Give
so
me a
fucked.
D12 roll.
Question: does the new thing replace the old thing, or in addition to?
In addition to.
Awesome. 1.
Oh.
Not that I think the number matters that much,
Oof.
but like 1 is what I got.
So perseveration. Perseveration? Perseveration? Perseveration. Perseverance. Perseveration.
Perseverance?
What?
I am
Is it
very.
You're now
Sweating, or is it
dyslexic.
determined-
You're now dyslexic.
Having the DM is having a stroke.
Am I sweating or am I really determined of character? Because there's
That's perspiration,
Neither.
Brady. You fucking clown.
that's what he said.
No, he
said
didn't.
that
He said
once.
perseveration.
Perseveration.
Said
So the
everyone.
character, you feel
Precipitation.
compelled to repeat a specific activity over and over, such as washing your hands, touching things, praying, or counting coins.
Yeah, perseveration. That's a real thing.
It is a thing. I just didn't know how to pronounce it. That's all. Perseveration.
Is perseveration ADHD or autism?
No, it's Brady.
Same thing.
So as I'm looking in at this blood-soaked, horrific scene, patting the sledgehammer on my hand,
You playing it like a guitar.
I never thought horses probably fit in the smoker. Maybe this could work. Maybe? Oh, could this work? Maybe. I don't know. Could this work? And I'm just gonna start like digging through some of the viscera.
God, he's
Just
stuck
getting
on
them
trying to
all
smoke everything.
Just give me a d20 roll.
16.
Okay. You don't start to eat the meat from the ground. But you are very interested in it.
Damn, this horse meat, this could be a thing. Difference between a horse and a cow anyway. Oh, 4 legs. 4 legs better than 2. Could 2 legs be eaten? Maybe 2 legs.
So Steve and
I don't
Hobo
know.
Harry, you guys are done checking out this vehicle.
Um,
Hobo
You wanna
Harry,
see
you
if
really
maybe-
didn't go in, did you?
Yeah.
so I was sort of on the outside. Now, I've seen a movie or two. I know how to hotwire a car, and I just pull wires out from under the dash and just try smacking them together to see if I can start the car.
Alrighty. If there was an electrician or a mechanic check, I would say do it. I didn't even remember
Maybe
what checks you
survival,
guys
I
had
guess?
left.
Survival?
Yeah, go survival. Absolutely.
6.
Hey.
The car does not start, and you're not sure if it ever will.
I think the alternator's busted. It seems, yeah, I think it's the alternator. And I just walk off.
Yeah, definitely.
Head to the stables.
Definitely the alternator.
Where's the alternator?
I give one last glance around the car and then follow after.
So as you guys head up the hill towards the stables, Billy Bob, you are sludging around in the muck, trying to find any nice big chunky meat pieces for the barbecue later. At some stage, you hit something that doesn't seem to move, and as you grab it, it feels a little bit bony. You start following it up, and you realize it's a leg, which is attached to a creature, which is now less than 1 foot away from your face, snarling. The creature looks kind of like a dog, if a dog just didn't have any skin. And it is snarling, and it goes to bite you on your face. And
Oh dang,
get
boy!
you to roll initiative.
That is a bad fighter.
I'm
I'll
also
bite your
going to
face,
get you a
cunt.
sanity check.
18 on initiative. What you asked for first.
Nice.
Sandy, 19.
Oi.
All right. You just look at
I'm
this thing and it
fudging
looks
these.
like meat.
Want to lose.
So you're happy.
Dang, Fido,
Okay.
I didn't tell you to be so mad. Sit. I said sit.
You guys are still walking up the hill. Not quite in combat yet. Billy Bob, you're up first. Give me an initiative roll for you boys anyway,
Yeah, right.
for the next round.
What if I choose not to engage?
It's okay too.
Nah, I'll help the old boy out. What have I got to live for anyway? 17.
16 for me.
Is that 18,
Nice.
17, 16?
It really
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I'm just gonna swing at it heavily with the sledgehammer, like everything I got. For all of 10?
A tender hit? No. God damn it. Nothing.
Not as much.
Like nothing has 10.
Yeah.
It doesn't have much, but it doesn't have 10.
Yeah.
You swing
So,
this hammer down hard, you smash into some meat on the ground, which just pummels everywhere, just like flies all over the place, and you just like look down, and what you see out of your vision, out of your hallucinations, is the perfect flattened schnitzel just ready to be crumbed on the floor.
Oh, that dang what I want to. That's what I need. And try and do like a forward roll using like I guess half my movement, and then running 10 feet full, 25, I don't know, like 10 feet beyond that, just straight forward. Like I think I've grabbed it, and I just run. Just all.
Oh, so you're
movement.
like trying to tuck and roll, grab it like
Yeah,
a football
yeah.
and just run off with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Does a 15 hit?
Oh, you hitting me? Yeah, it definitely does.
Great.
Somebody forgot about reactions.
I thought as much, but yeah.
So the dog-like creature latches onto your ankle. You're going to take 4 piercing damage as it crunches down pretty hard. And you run off in that direction and manage to drag the dog the 10 feet. So it's still attached to your ankle, basically, at this point.
Damn, boy, I said heel, not my heel.
I shouldn't have found that as funny as I did.
That was pretty bad.
Don't encourage him, Justin.
I know, I shouldn't. So, the dog-like creature already latched onto your ankle anyway, just bites down a little harder. You take another 2 piercing damage because that was above 18, so I know that's going to hit. Does a 12 hit?
Yeah.
Yeah? 12?
Yeah.
AC? Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So the second dog-like creature jumps over the top of one of the stable doors inside, runs over to you, pounces off of its mate there, and basically jumps up onto your chest and bites directly onto your face. It's going straight for your cheek. And you take another 2 piercing damage to the face.
Gosh. Wait, was that the 2 you just mentioned, or the? Okay.
No, this is another 2. Yeah.
Cool.
Some joking
Bad
right
dog!
about now.
I said bad dog.
All right, Billy Bob, top of the round. This is your turn. The boys have just walked up to the stable doors. Give me a sanity check each as you've just approached and seen the mess that is the stables.
16.
Okay.
Oh no.
2. All right.
That puts me to 8.
It does. 8. Hobo Harry, you managed to just shake this off. You've seen enough blood for one day. You're fine. But Steve, your favorite horse lies in front of you. Just the head. And for a moment you remember The Godfather and how disappointing the third one was. And then you come back to reality.
Farlap Jr., what happened to you?
His heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Oh.
Billy Bob, top of the round. You have a dog attached to your face and your ankle right now.
Want to get the sledgehammer and drive it into the jaw of the one trying to bite my face?
So drive it at your face.
No, like... is a 14 gonna hit?
It will. Absolutely. Get him, boy.
5 ones.
Nice. I'm gonna see if it wants to let go. It does. It does let go.
Oh, good.
It's now just directly in front of you, basically, but it is not attached to your face anymore. That's a plus.
Dang! I said don't bite. I'm gonna bite you.
I'll allow you as an extra action to bite the dog if you want.
Oh, I do want to. Immediately.
Go for it.
Right on its face.
through your delirium of vivid hallucination.
That
13 will hit. You sink your teeth in. Roll a d4.
I said don't bite. I'm gonna bite you. Take this, doggo.
You're just like biting it right on its snout.
Yeah.
Oh, that's filthy.
Right on its nose.
Alright. What'd you do damage wise?
What's a bite? Is it
D4.
unarmed?
Go a d4.
Okay. Oh!
Oh, damn.
Hey.
Shit. You rip this dog's snout off. It's now just snoutless.
Gee,
It's messed up.
that ain't as juicy as I thought. It's the wrong type of moist.
Oh, Phil.
That's what she said.
The creature attached to your leg is now going to try and just wreath your leg back and try and trip you over to make you fall into the muck.
Yep.
Give me a
there's another
contested
one.
strength on that one. Roll a 10.
That 20.
Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Alright. So 10 is pretty measly.
I want to like pull Cam down for that. Yeah. Damn.
Awesome. With that, you flick your leg as it goes to pull, and you don't realize your own strength, and you send this dog yeeting towards the front door. It lands directly between the two boys who are other side of the door. And
I
just
said,
look down
down,
at this
boy.
creature.
Down.
That's the one that hasn't been attacked yet, and it's now sitting prone right in front of you guys. The other one, missing its snout, is now just delirious. It's just ravaged, it's getting savage, and it's going to try and scratch you. And it's definitely not going to. So it's just wilding out. It can't really move its mouth properly anymore because it's not there as much. It's really messed up. That's the creature's turn. So now we're up to Hobo Harry at the front door.
So I'm just gonna whip down with my bug zapper whip on the one that's prone in front. And just try and bring
Nice.
the full might of myself and electricity right into its face hole.
Oh yeah. Roll with advantage because it's prone. Oh yeah.
Praise fucking advance. Oh my god. 18.
Yeah.
I rolled a 2
Definitely
at first.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
Thank
That
you,
is
advance.
so lucky. Alright, whip damage as per usual, your d4, and then you're gonna roll for bug zapper damage on top of that.
So 2 for the whip.
Yep.
And how do we deal with bug zapper damage?
Bug zapper is going to be 2d4, but you're going to get an additional d4 because you've combined this. So it is going to be 3d4.
Right. I'm not getting up to get 3d4. Problem. 1, 4, so 5, 6 total.
Awesome.
Did 2 originally.
Yeah, so 8 total with, but sorry,
Yeah.
6 total from the bug zapper is what I meant.
Yep.
Maths is confusing. Fuck it.
I don't try and wait until the end. I'm just going to do it as I go. Yeah. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Good boy. Carry on.
You fuck the creature up. Yes. Anything else over Harry?
Nah. I'm just gonna... Actually, wait. Can I use a bonus action to eat my jerky?
Yeah.
Okay. Just obviously just one piece. I'm not a glutton.
I'm not an animal.
Yeah. But like the fucking bug zapper's just like wedged in the cunt's face and I'm just in there like just chowing on my jerky.
The dog's still shaking from the electric shocks, and you're just there having a chew.
Yeah.
Awesome. Steve.
So there's one now right up on us, right? And it's still
Right.
breathing?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna run up, close the distance if there's any, and stab down at it with the pitchfork.
Great. There is no distance. It's right there, and you stab down on it with the pitchfork with advantage.
Oh, with advantage because it's prone, thank you. Because I also rolled a 2, but that's now a 12.
Can't hear you again somehow.
Because I'm dumb. 2 and then a 12.
2 and then a 12. So
Yeah.
very lucky on that one. You do hit.
Oh, the 12 hits. That'll be a d6. 3 damage.
3 damage. Awesome. Alright. That one is still alive and kicking. Don't know how. Billy Bob, you look over at the dog you've yeeted across the room, and you watch as it gets wailed on, and then Hobo Harry just pulls out some jerky from his pocket and eats it.
I'm chewing on this dog snout, and I'm like, where did he get jerky? Spit out the dog snout. You take my jerky.
No.
Alright then. And then turn to the dog that I'm dealing with and just bring the hammer down for all it's worth. Straight on that weak spot if I can. The missing snout by weak spot. But I don't know then.
Unfortunately not.
But also aiming
You're
for
thrown off
a
by the missing
spot,
jerky.
aiming for a spot that doesn't exist is probably a recipe for missing.
Yeah. That's the problem. I was like, I'm gonna get you right where it hurts in the snout.
You slam your hammer down hard and you squash the snout that you just spat out of your mouth to nothing.
I told you I'd get your snout.
Mission accomplished. Anything else, Billy Bob?
It's probably not dazed enough for me to get away from it without getting that. So,
Nah.
yell at it. Like, told you I'd get your snout, boy.
Alright. The creature in front of you, Billy Bob, attempts to jump at you and slips in the viscera and lands on its side. It's now prone. I rolled a 1, so it's now been knocked prone and it's laying in the muck right at your feet. The other creature still being electrified currently, is going to get up and try and take a chunk out of Hobo Harry. It's pretty pissed, and it's going to be a 15.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. Only going to be 1 piercing damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
But it is still attached to your foot. And now it is Hobo Harry.
What can I do? I'm gonna try and choke it to death. Like, just choke it out with the whip. Like, grab the whip, strangle it, knowing full well that it's a skeleton and has no esophagus.
Go for it.
Alright, so what do I... Like, is that a strength or athletics?
Just roll for an attack, I guess. Just wrapping it around his neck. It is just there. But it's literally on you right now, so I am going to say you were going to be able to wrap it around it, and yeah, go for a strength.
Yeah.
And I'll try to pose it. Which I don't think I will.
Does a dirty 19 work for you?
It'll work against me. I rolled a 2, so yes.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, but -1 on strength.
Still a nat 20, so that's solid. Yeah. You wrap your whip around this creature's neck. There is still some meat on the bone of these things as well. You immediately hear the throat snap, and then you hear its vertebrae start to snap, and then the electricity kicks back in and courses down its body. And as you pull as hard as you can, you sever the head, and the spine completely pops as the electricity courses through, electrifying the blood on the floor and shooting through the entire stable, hitting the other dog, which is lying currently in that blood. And I'm going to let you do a d4 of damage to that one as well, because you had a nat 20 and this thing had very little health.
2.
2? Okay. That creature is somehow still alive.
I love that you brought in bloodrocution. Very Deathclock of you.
Yeah.
Bloodrocution from a bug zapper. This is real stuff here. Steve, you see the bloodrocution death of the creature nearest you, and you look in and see that this other snoutless creature is still alive and still attacking Billy Bob.
Do I have enough movement to close the distance?
Yes.
Alright, then I'm gonna rush up and try and finish this thing off. 5. As long
You
as
rush
I
in
don't
with your
stab Billy Bob.
Yeah. You rush in with your pitchfork, go running in towards it, you stab down, but the creature's just squirming around too much in all of this electric blood and all the rest of it. It's too much of a mess. You don't manage to pin it. Alright. Billy Bob.
The sledgehammer's just come down on that snout thing, right? Dang. Hit the snout, but not the creature. I don't know what to do. Maybe... I don't know. And just take the rag out and just shove it in its mouth.
Okay. Okay.
See, I told you he
He's a little
was
off the
trying to
rails.
sexually assault things.
it's a 16. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, yeah. Alright, roll the d4 of damage. You could potentially kill this.
3?
That's exactly what you needed.
Good. So I grab the rag and just be like, I'll teach you some good manners. And just shove it into its mouth. as far as I can in this like half skeletal creature, and then just like delicately pull my hand out, like, told you, use your manners.
That's what he thinks happened. What he actually has done is he's just punched a hole through its throat from the inside of its mouth.
Sick.
Alright. You guys are out of combat. Suddenly, you guys feel emboldened. You feel a little bit stronger. And you can either take a D8 of health / permanent HP, or you can take back 1 sanity.
I'm going my D8.
8. 12 last time? It was
No,
12
it was
last
8.
time. Oh, yeah.
12 is your sanity, you fucking clown.
Oh, that's right. 3. Awesome.
Oof.
Your total of 18. Currently.
What do we get? Steve and Billy Bob. Steve and Herbert Harry.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the health. 6, so now 24 total, 21 present.
Okay.
I got 4, and
It's Steve Moore.
4 gets me to 13 current, 17 maximum.
Hang on a second, guys. I need to investigate these guys. I reckon we could gain more vigor. We prepared these things. Assumption.
Wait a minute.
Follow
I'm
my meaning.
gonna see if I can pull apart the head that I tore off and make a helmet or a cap for my hat out of the top of its head
Alright.
for some additional
As
armor.
you do that, give me a sanity check.
Don't mind if I do.
I think the additional armor thing I was actually going to do as a trade-off, as it just costs you 1 sanity to do it.
I'm fine with that if that's what
That
you
seems
want to
fair.
do, but it does.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems totally fair.
The only problem is
the
that.
trade-off is then it's definite.
Oh, sorry. The only issue is that consistency-wise, we already did a roll for it with the previous one.
Yeah, so let's just roll for it then.
But I think when we do the game as an actual session, just charge them. Especially if it's coming from these abominations. Because that's kind of fun, right?
It's messed up. Yep.
20.
Oh, damn. Okay. You tear this creature's head off, and you're fine with it. And you whack it on top of your hat. And somehow, that gives you a +1 AC.
I was gonna
Helmet
keep
armor,
picking up
bitch.
this creature's limbs, looking for meat, and I'm just struggling to find what I want. I'm like, dang, there's much meat on these things.
I don't think we have time to barbecue regardless, Billy Bob.
Can't rush. Oh, you said we don't have time. Yeah.
And that's why we don't have time.
Yeah,
You can't
but
rush
we all
good
gotta
barbecue.
we all gotta eat. That's all I'm saying. Gotta eat.
Hey, eating's cheating.
And I just pull out some more pocket hooch.
I mean,
I want to pull
I
out
have
some
a song
straw.
lyric that says otherwise.
I want to I want to pull out some straw and offer it to him. Be like, "It's all right, bud. You don't have to live in the barn anymore. You're a friend now. You can eat our food." I think it's jerky, as I offer him the hay.
I'm just going to stare vacantly at him while I drink my pocket hooch.
Awesome. So you gonna drink hooch?
Yeah.
You taking your sanity?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
That drops me down to 6, though.
It does drop you down to 6. So give me a d12. You're -1 dex, and you're going to have another +2 AC, though.
It's gonna be a hard boy to hit.
He's going to be a hard boy to hit.
Golden ring the fuck out of this. Fine. If you don't get hit, doesn't matter.
Oathies. 6.
6. Nothing happens. You shake it off. You shake it off like old Tay-Tay, and you're all good. Ain't nothing gonna keep you down.
That took me a second.
Damn. Alright. What are you guys doing now?
Alright, if we don't have time to barbecue, what are we doing? How are we fighting so hard?
Well, I mean, you almost died just now. If you hadn't fought back. Why do you think we're fighting?
I don't know. Little meal?
I'm just protecting my
I guess
hooch.
that's what we could be. A noble cause. So what do you say we do, Billy Bob?
I don't know. I hear old Grady got a good setup for cooking. Maybe we drag these here dog creek all the way through the cornfields.
You can do the carrying.
Boys ain't helping me.
I've got all the dog I need up here.
So I just snap off like a bit of the arm, but it's just bone, like there's no meat on it. And I've got a sledgehammer on one arm, like the bone of a creature on the other arm, but then I like immediately drop it anyway.
Nice.
I'm gonna cook me some dog creature.
As you guys walk out of the stables, you hear this this loud bell toning. It's just this loud, heavy, dull tone of a bell. And it's just ding, ding, ding. And that's it. It's way off in the distance. But something about the sound is familiar, and yet it doesn't feel like you ever had a bell on the ranch before.
You all hear that?
I boys know if it's time to go to church today. I don't know.
I'm not allowed
It
in
isn't
church
no
anymore. No.
No church that I'm aware of, but certainly no Sabbath.
Right. Fuck that, Dan. Let's go old Grady's and cow barbecue on.
What direction did it sound like it was coming from?
Was it cornfield side or the like somewhere away?
It sounded like it was coming from every direction. Like pretty much entirely above you. It was just all over.
I don't like that.
I guess there's not very many other options, and O'Grady's no worse than any others.
I head off anyway while they're talking. This sledgehammer on one shoulder, and I still think I'm holding the bone even though it slipped off like a long time ago.
I will just follow him into the cornfield.
Let's follow the idiot. Yep.
Is this like
Okay.
a proper like 10, 12 foot high cornfield?
Yes. This is right in the height of growing season. So you begin to walk down the length of the cornfields. You know O'Grady's stash is probably about a mile down On either side of you is just corn for days, basically.
I'm gonna steal some husks on
as
our
you-
way, just so I can make some more hooch later
Yeah.
on.
I'm gonna grab one as well. I mean, this might smoke up good later, but let's have a little taste for right now. Just take one bite.
You take a bite of the corn, and it tastes fine to you.
This smoke up good later. Stuff it in with the hay into a bucket.
Hobo Harry, you gonna grab like 5 of them?
As much as I can stuff in my pockets or like under my cape as I can, like whatever I've got that I can muster, you know, without being too unreasonable.
Alright, roll me a d20. Whatever the d20 is, that's how many corn you get.
14.
You guys are basically at the front of the of the cornfield. You haven't even stepped in yet. 14. So you have 14 corn on you now. As you reach up and grab the first of the corn, you start grabbing the corn down and stuffing it into all of these like hidden pockets in your jacket that are built for corn carrying. You notice a huge pile of crows just flying off from every direction. You turn around, you look at Billy Bob, and he's there just chowing down, just enjoying himself. And you notice he's not holding corn, he's actually holding a crow. He's just directly in half. Billy Bob, give me another sanity check. Actually, everyone.
I was
going to
say, I feel like we all
shit's
should
getting
sanity
pretty
check.
How does 9 go?
It doesn't go well.
Then a 4 doesn't either.
I imagine a 10 isn't
No,
going to
it
sit
doesn't.
great.
It certainly doesn't. Okay. So Billy Bob and Hobo Harry, give me a d12.
1? 1 already.
Yeah, you did. So give me another one. I don't want it to stack the same thing, so it'll just be boring.
12?
12? Nothing happens, strangely. You're okay.
Because I don't know
You're
that it's
just
a
fine
rape.
with it.
I don't know it's a crow.
Because of your vivid hallucination, you still think it's corn.
11.
That kind of plays in. 11. Fear. You develop a mild aversion to a specific type of creature or situation. You now have disadvantage on saving throws and skill checks related to your fear. Your fear will be based around the cornfield.
Oh.
Really hoping it'd be the crow. Like Corvian fear seems perfectly manageable. When I'm sitting here making fucking corn hooch, being scared of corn's a bit of a fucking problem.
Yeah, it might be.
Just sitting there with the bathtub, just screaming. "Ah!"
You take a sip, you're like, "Whoa!" Takes a sip. Alright, so the cornfields are vast lines running for miles. Inside of the field, roughly a mile away, is the corn harvester, the silos, and the old grain shed where you're hoping to find O'Grady's stash. When you step into the cornfield, immediately the light from the moon fades. So too does the outside world's noise. You feel more isolated now than ever. You begin the walk through the field. Occasionally a crow flies off the top of one of the stalks. Clearly the scarecrows haven't done anything this year to help with this harvest, as you notice the heads of corn have all been destroyed on this line.
Guys, you see that flying corn? That corn got wings.
Your head fades back into work mode once again as you walk the familiar terrain. The first scarecrow you pass is literally covered in bird shit. You curse at its uselessness. O'Grady could have spent the money on repairing the harvester better rather than put these crow stalls up. You can almost smell the burning diesel of the old harvesting tractor now, its harvesting blades blunt from years of abuse. Then you hear it, chewing through the fields. The harvester is headed your way. But in what direction? You can't see it, but it's getting closer, closing in. You hear it from one side, then you hear it on the next. You're not sure where it's coming from, but it is coming. Give me a sanity check.
5.
2 puts me to 6.
9.
Oh, this is getting hairy now. Oh my god. Alright. Steve, Hobo, Harry, Billy, Bob, give me a D12.
Has 12, so I'll do it again.
Yep.
3.
3, okay. So Steve, you got perseveration. You feel compelled to repeat a specific activity over and over, such as washing hands, touching things, praying, or counting coins. Billy Bob, you have delusion. So you're now delusional, you have perseveration, and you are vividly hallucinating. You experience a powerful delusion, believing that you are under the effects of a potion of strength, specifically. So you think that you are very, very strong. You're not, but you think you are. And Hobo Harry.
10.
A 10. Mild hallucination. You see faint, distracting illusions. You now have disadvantage on perception checks and any attack rolls that rely on sight. Just every attack roll.
Any attack rolls.
Hey guys, watch me get this crow scarer. And I try and pull the scarecrow thing out.
You can try and like
Very
rip it out of the
convinced
ground.
that it's
like,
easy as. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, give me a strength check.
It's 13.
13. You pull with all your might, and you're almost certain this thing's going to come up. You reef, and as you do, you feel the splinters of old wood just tear through your hands. You're going to take 4 piercing damage from all of the splinters. You have wildly ridiculous splinters coming through your hand, your palms right
That did
now.
more damage than the fucking dogs.
4. Yeah, get wrecked.
I know, right? You have got like massive shards of wood going through your palms. You're convinced,
Guys,
that you now have the scarecrow in your hands, and because you are vividly hallucinating, you start to wave it from side to side. But also, because your perseveration, you don't stop, and now you're constantly waving what you think is a scarecrow on a stick in front of you to scare away the crows.
there we
It's
go,
a scarecrow
crows.
on a
Stay
stick.
away.
Does that mean he's dropped
you,
his
you
sledgehammer?
flying corn.
Yes.
Stay away, you flying corn. Stay away, you crazy crows.
Oh, this is not good. Steve, which one did you have? You had the perseveration as well? Okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing? You can choose for the first one what you're going to be doing repetitively.
Knocking on his head.
Just knocking on my head.
Yeah. Makes a whole lot of sense. Alright. And Hobo Harry, you've got your mild hallucinations, is that right?
I think you said minor delusions. Was that right? Or was it hallucinations? I can't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, mild hallucinations. So you're going to see faint, distracting illusions. So you're going to see like corn that stands about the height of a person, doing like some sort of like weird little sexy dance, as if it's got like little corn titties. But because of your fear as well, that is just going to be a frenzy for you. So you're just going to be hallucinating and fearing of corn in cornfields
Just like,
at the same time.
Just
So,
nipple
just to be
nipple
clear-
tassels on these corn.
I'm running through this cornfield, just weighing about nothing, being like, "Stay away, you evil crows and corn, flying corn," and he's bolting up behind me, terrified of everything.
Yeah.
With full hobo
Yeah,
speed.
this is now getting pretty
And then
intense.
Trailing up the back end is a dude being like, "Sick."
Pretty much, yep. And then to top all of that off, that was just the sanity check to try and work out where the harvester was and to regain your footing here. So the harvester chews through the field and you finally catch a puff of smoke nearby, just in time as it comes into view some 30 feet ahead of you. It's facing off with you all. The tractor puffs a stream of black smoke as the driver steps their foot onto the pedal, revving. Revs once, revs twice, then it takes off at full speed, headed directly towards you, corn being chewed up through its rusted blades. You have just a few moments to dodge out of the way of this harvester as it is barreling down towards you. Everyone give me a dex save. And with that, give me a dex save with disadvantage. Hobo Harry.
Oh, 15 plus 2, 7.
Had to be Dex, didn't it?
I love that my
Oh,
roll
boy.
is like, "Oh God, that dang harvester is coming my direction," and I just like kind of throw the object I think I'm holding onto the ground and cartwheel.
Yeah, that'll work.
So I got a dirty
Nice.
1.
Okay. Oh my god.
So I got a 2 minus 1.
Woo!
I got a natural 1.
Oh my god! Alright.
Yeah,
I didn't,
yeah, it's a natural
I thought
one.
you guys would save here.
It's 2 with my bonus.
I really thought you guys would save here. Okay.
We gave me disadvantage and I take a negative to Dex now, so
What about the negative to Dex?
Drunk a lot of
That
booze.
is rough.
Yeah.
So it feels like the start of this was nice and safe, and suddenly, like, it's just gotten real hairy. Okay.
It's good though.
I
So
like
you're both
it.
going to take 11 rusted piercing damage. Yep. 11 piercing damage. As you guys are churned up inside of this thing, and you're now stuck to the front of it, and it's currently trying to push you through the divider at the front of the harvester to then churn you through and separate the corn from the cob, so to speak.
corn!
my card.
So you guys are stuck in the harvester as it drives off in the opposite direction. Okay. So the only one who's sort of still standing roughly in the same spot is Billy Bob as he cartwheels out of the way just in time, forgetting about his little scarecrow thing that was going on. Billy Bob, you look over at the corn on the ground and you notice that it's not yellow, it's covered in blood, and it's not the blood of your companions only. As the harvester does a 180 and turns back around and gets ready for another run at you, you notice that the tracks in front have got more than just your two friends stuck to it. There are many bodies. Two of you stuck to the harvester now, struggling to hold on to the front of it, not get pulled into the blades. You notice as well that between you and the blades is more meat than just you guys. Everyone roll me a sanity check again as the harvester starts to take off in the direction towards Billy Bob.
8.
What do we
8.
got?
9.
Nick, what'd you get? 9. Okay. Everyone roll me a d12 again.
6.
Man, this is like a proper horror movie. This is really spiraling now. Have you rolled a
3.
6 before? Okay. You didn't get the Tay-Tay one then? No, that was Jace, right?
That was.
Yep, so for you, Billy Bob, nothing happens. You shake it off like Tay-Tay. You're all good. Hobo Harry, what'd you get? 3? Delusion. You experience a powerful delusion believing you're under the effects of a potion of strength. You believe that you are also very strong. And Steve, what do we get?
2.
2. Vivid hallucinations. You experience vivid hallucinations and you now have disadvantage on ability checks. And sanity checks. Alright. It's getting hairy. So 2 people have disadvantage on sanity checks now. It's not great.
So what happens if I
One
hit
person has-
0 sanity?
You lose control of your character and they become a mad NPC.
Nice.
Yep. So not far now for Billy Bob at least.
Not far from me either. I'm only at 3.
Okay. No. Yeah. So the harvester turns around. It's about to take another full run at Billy Bob, with you two stuck between the blades, trying to push yourself out of the harvester, but fighting against the grain that's knocking you further in. Now, suddenly you hear the tractor cough and seize. You know that sound all too well. It's blown its top again. The driver in the tractor jumps out and dives into the field nearby. Immediately, they have disappeared. The maintenance on the tractor, having failed, has now saved you. You dust yourselves off. Did you want to check out the tractor or move on towards the corn shed?
I'm going to try and pull the alternator off. I think I can fix the car.
Go
If
for
we
a
get a
spot.
look at the driver of the thing as well. Driver of the tractor.
Yeah, both of you guys, because you're so close. Give me a perception or investigation.
Nat 1 on my survival.
Great. You pull out what you think is the alternator, and you now have an alternator in your possession.
It's just more hay.
That description.
How'd you guys go with your perception?
Dirty 20.
13.
20? 13. Okay. You both get a pretty good glimpse at it. It looked like the scarecrow.
I think I'm stronger than I am. So I would go running up to this thing and jump in the driver's seat. Like, that's okay, I make it work. Just keep pounding on the dash.
Alright. Very good. You start pounding on the dash. The effect is not very much to the harvester itself, but you will take 2 bludgeoning damage from your hands just taking the beating on the dash of this vehicle.
Dang, guys, I bleed a lot.
Have you ever wondered if you'd smoke up good?
I think I'd smoke real well, eh?
Alright. Are we heading out from here, or are you checking the tractor for anything else?
I've got my alternator. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Got the alternator?
Thing done don't work. Pick it and walk.
Take 2 bludgeoning.
Not that hard.
Do you think you're strong, boy?
That's up to you, DM.
No, it's alright.
Right.
I'll take it. Like, that's fine.
Send to that stash.
Yep.
Alright. You leave the old tractor behind and the harvester, and you head on down towards the corn shed. The harvester's toast. Whoever's driving it doesn't return. You pass yet another scarecrow. This one is laden with crows. As you walk past, suddenly the crows startle and they disperse everywhere. They begin to fly around you.
Look at that! Look at that
clouding
column
your
of
vision.
wings.
They're now frantically flying around you, clouding your vision. And as they finally clear, you look back and you notice the scarecrow's gone too. Panic sets in, and you all begin to run towards the corn shed. From either side of you, the maize, the corn, starts to shake as if things are running alongside at the same pace. Give me another sanity check. There's a constant rustling, as if something's
7.
following from either side.
8.
Holy shit.
2.
Holy shit.
2.
Wow. Okay. Give me a d12, everyone.
It's
3.
2. I've had it.
4.
Oh, man. Okay. Give me a d4, Jace. Hobo Harry.
11.
4.
On a 1, something happens. Okay. And 2, 3, and 4, something else happens. Alright, so, Hobo Harry, you are stricken. On a 1, your character is blinded. On a 2, 3, or 4, your character is deafened. You are now deaf.
What?
Luckily not
I got
blinded. 11. You have fear. You develop a mild aversion to a specific type of creature or situation. You have a disadvantage on saving throws and skill checks related to your fear. Your fear is of meat.
Oh, me.
Oh no!
To be fair, that's
Oh,
no
that
different
sucks.
than me being afraid of corn.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's good. It just sucks. Guys, I don't know. I want to smoke something, but I don't know if I can smoke this. And I hold out what I think is still a crow, but it's corn.
You're still holding. You're holding the hay.
But they can't
Still
hear me
pulling out
anyway.
pockets of hay.
I
So
certainly
I'm just like frantically being like, guys, I don't think I can smoke this. This is fucking terrifying. Just drop it.
Steve, what did you roll?
3.
3. You have delusion. You experience a powerful delusion, believing that you're under the effects of a potion of strength as well. So all 3 of you are now strong. strong boys.
So strong.
Oh,
Nice.
are you gonna like knock your head into nothing?
Depending on how long the game goes, I might
take 2
give
bludgeoning.
myself a concussion before bed.
Good God. Okay. You approach the corn shed. You can see where the massacre began. All that's left are boots and tattered remains, blood. Amongst the carnage, you notice Billy Bob's welding gloves. He must have been here earlier in the day trying to fix the old harvester. Strangely enough, I had a character named Billy Bob. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can.
So now you are the one
Yes.
trying to fix the old harvester. Lucky for you all, he obviously didn't do a good enough job because the harvester broke down.
I was a bit distracted. Guys, can you see all this scary stuff? everywhere?
What?
Alright.
It's all
All right
pretty
there,
fucking
boy?
scary.
You hear me?
What?
I don't think he can hear me.
I think you're right.
Dang, that sucks for you, boy.
What?
I suppose you don't know any better. That's okay. You owe me all your hooch from now on.
Just nod.
I just pull out another piece
As you
of
guys are
jerky and eat
chatting
it.
away. Nice. Hear yourself too.
Boy, that
Either side of you,
might jerky.
you're terrified by it.
Yeah.
Either side of you, the cornfields open up as the scarecrow steps out of their hiding places. Crows perched on their shoulders. They send the crows forth, swarming you all, creating a swirling windstorm of darkness, making it difficult to see anything around you. Roll initiative. Ooh, that was not good for me.
That 20.
Same.
Hey. Hey.
Hell yeah. Serious? Damn!
14.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Jace.
Sure. I can't hear so clearly. It makes sense that I can't tell that
Yeah.
he might want to go first. I just, And so, all we can see is the swirling darkness of crows, right? Can't see any of the scarecrows or anything.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, not from this distance. When you first saw them, they were about 20 feet away. You don't know where they are now.
I'm just going to Hail Mary lob the bug zapper just straight through the crows and that and just hope for the best to see if I can get one of the scarecrows on the other side.
Nice. Is it still attached to your whip, or are you disattaching
No,
it
no,
and
I'll-
throwing it on its own?
Yeah, it's going to be unattached and just yeeted.
Okay. Alright. Go for it. Roll me an attack.
Dirty 20.
Right. You send this thing for a fly. Oh wow. Okay. The crows don't manage to interfere with this. So you send this thing sailing, and it just takes the perfect trajectory straight through the gaps in the lines of the crows flying around frantically. They're all trying to knock this thing out of the way to protect their master, but it doesn't work. And this thing sails straight through and smashes directly over the face of one of the scarecrows. It starts to electrify, and I'm going to roll for the possibility of it to start to catch on fire. The scarecrow lights on fire as well. Now roll your damage for your electricity only. So your 2d4.
2d4? Yeah, cool.
Yep.
5.
Okay. Awesome. And then roll me a d6 of fire damage. This thing erupts into flames.
3.
Great. And it's still ablaze. It's worse. It's getting stronger by the second. The fire, that is, not the scarecrow.
And me.
That would be truly terrifying. Yeah, and you. Yeah. Anything else, Hobo Harry?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Billy Bob.
So, because I think I'm stronger than I am, and I'm terrified of meat at this stage, I see this thing erupt in flames, so I can presumably see it through the crows now. I'm gonna run up and try and pick it up and be like, oh dang, this will go real good in the smoker, and just run straight for old Grady's because I know there's a smoker there and I want to try and shove it in one. That's my move.
What did you pick
I'm
up?
also fucking crazy. The bad guy.
Scarecrow.
The burning scarecrow. The burning scarecrow.
The scarecrow that's on fire.
The scarecrow.
I'm trying to pick it up and run with it and shove it in a smoker.
That's fantastic. Okay. Roll me a strength to start with to see if you do pick it up.
14.
It beats mine, so yep. You scoop up this scarecrow. It is fairly lightweight. You throw it over your shoulder, so you actually are strong enough to pick it up.
Yes.
It is flaming, so you're going to take 2 fire damage as you yeet it over your shoulder and start to run towards the smoker.
Heck yeah. I'm gonna cook this up real good.
And you're not actually scared of it because it's not actually made of meat. So
Nah, that's what I was
there's a very
going
confusing bunch of scenarios going on there. Okay.
Could you imagine that? Like, just think for a second. This scarecrow sets up this terrifying, like, cloud of crows and shit, and someone just fucking yeets a bug zapper into its face and then picks it up and tries to throw it into the smoke. Like, the fuck just happened?
Got the right
Completely
priority.
disregarded everything.
This is awesome.
Alright, Steve.
I don't really have much to do. I'm just gonna, with the pitchfork, just sort of slash at the crows and try and create an opening to get out from amongst them.
Nice.
18.
18 will definitely hit the crows.
For 2 damage.
Big.
Okay. Yeah. You throw the pitchfork into the air and you do manage to skewer a few as they're flying so fast in this whirlwind of sort of things. You manage to actually skewer some of them. You do notice that it has dispersed it a little bit, but it is still pretty frantic and it's still very dark around you. So you can see every now and then a quick flash of what's going on, but not much. You do see fire somewhere in the distance. All right.
Moving away.
Now it's the creature's turn.
The one on my shoulder on fire.
Yeah. Okay. It's the creature's turns. The crows are going to head towards Billy Bob. They are going to disperse and they're going to fly over to Billy Bob. And they're going to start to swarm around him. So now they're trying to
Dang,
to block his
flying
vision.
corn.
The crows fly over to Billy Bob and they start to fly around. They're trying to use their wings to sort of blow the fire out, but they're actually fanning the flames to make them worse. So that's not helping at all.
Stupid crows.
The scarecrow that is on fire is going to try and get out of your arms now. So it'll be another contested strength. God damn it.
Get fucked, 18.
Roll a 2, so you are as strong as you think you are. So you continue to carry this fucking scarecrow. It's going to try and hit you though. It's going to try and slash you with its clawed flaming hands. That's not going to work either. It's like a 3, 4. So that's not going to work. So it remains on fire. And it's going to take 4 fire damage from being on fire. So the other scarecrow, though, is now standing in an open space and is facing our friends Steve and Hobo Harry as they stand a little bit further back It's going to run up to Steve, and it is currently carrying. What's it carrying? It's carrying a scythe. It's going to take a swing at Steve. Does a 14 hit?
Just hits. My AC is 14.
Ooh, rough. Okay. For the scythe. Comes swinging down. That's only going to be 2 slashing damage. So, not terrible. Could have been a lot worse. And that is the end of the creature's turns. So, Hobo Harry.
So, where is the bug zapper that I yeeted in relation to the other scarecrow, the less flammable one?
The less flammable one is standing about 10 feet away from that, and where it landed has now sprouted some spot fires around it as well. So there's about a 5-foot area that is on fire currently, with the bug zapper sitting inside of that fire.
How far am I from the bug zapper?
You're about 20 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use 20 feet of movement to run over, try and pick the bug zapper up and throw it in one fell motion straight at the scarecrow.
Alright. So you're gonna run into the fire and grab the bug zapper and throw it at the other scarecrow.
Yeah.
Alright. Go for it. So easily enough you run over the 20 feet. You reach down and grab the bug zapper. You're going to take 4 fire damage from picking up the bug zapper. So your hand is basically melting as you pick it up, and then you go to yeet it over at the scarecrow.
So it's a 16 to hit.
Awesome. That'll hit.
Cool. And I'm also down.
I
love the way that works.
Shit. Okay.
Like, prone, and then you're on the ground.
Yeah. That's why, like, when he said 4 damage, I'm like, I'm getting my fucking accuracy and I'm making sure I hit the cunt first. Because if I'm dying, I'm taking him with me.
It's got to be worth that. So roll your 2d4 for your electric damage.
4.
Okay.
And do we have a fire damage?
And you do have fire damage coming up as well. So that's going to be a d6 as well for that one.
4 as well.
You watch the light on the bug zapper go out. It is no longer a bug zapper. It is just a piece of metal.
Well, at least I could see it.
Right.
Couldn't hear it.
2 flaming scarecrows. Yeah. So you watch as Hobo Harry yeets the bug zapper, and then holding his hand just drops to the ground and is now sort of laying directly next to the fire, which is spreading. Hobo Harry also has pockets full of booze.
Oh no.
And corn.
What could possibly go wrong?
Billy Bob.
So yeah, running with him over my shoulder. Can I arrive at what I assume is a smoker and just shove him in? Ah dang! Hang on. I need to get you prepped and ready, and just close the lid on this like big barbecue pit smoker.
Yep. Sure thing. You run over to the barbecue pit smoker. You open the door to it. You throw it in, and you close the door behind you. That's it.
And then I turn around. Yeah. See. What's your name?
What?
The hobo. I see him go down.
Steve.
Yeah.
Billy Bob.
No, I'm Billy Bob.
The other one.
Yeah. I see him go down, and I'm like, "Oh damn, man! Why didn't you yell out?" And he obviously doesn't respond. So I'm like, "I got you," and I go running towards him, even though I'm pretty sure what happens here is a bunch of popcorn and flammable stuff. That's probably the end because I used some already.
All right, great. So Billy Bob, you run in the direction of Hobo Harry. You're only about 10 feet away from him. Steve, right near you is a flaming scarecrow. You watch as Hobo Harry drops after throwing his bug zapper.
I don't have anything to help Hobo Harry, except to get his revenge. And so I charge the scarecrow. And try to just stab at it with the pitchfork. That's a natural 19. 22 total.
That is definitely going to hit.
No, because I don't add anything. 19. Let's try with a different d6. 4 damage.
Nice. And with that, you pick it up because of your strength. You go to try and pick it up as well. Give me a strength. Won't say you do it because you're not actually strong, but you do think you are.
18. 18.
Okay. You somehow this idea of being strong seems to help, and you reef this thing up into the air, and you're ready to slam it down the next turn as well. And it's completely immobile as well while it's up there. So it's the creature's turn. The one that's been pitchforked into the air, it's just swinging, but it can't seem to get any grasp on anything. And it's currently on fire, so it's going to take 6 fire damage from a possible 6.
Hey.
Still there, still moving, still flailing about on the end of the stick. The other flaming scarecrow has just been thrown into a corn silo with the door closed behind it.
Oh no!
And the barbecue has commenced. So,
oh no!
The room starts to get warm. The scarecrow burns into a dust pretty quickly, and the dust starts to float around inside of the tank. Then it begins to catch and combust. And so the top of this silo explodes off, the sides blow out entirely, and popcorn as far as the eye can see. You're now going to get drifted down in a river of popcorn, getting pushed back towards the house. So give me a dex save to try and swim against the current of the popcorn, which is now just a sea, basically.
6.
What'd you get, Hobo Harry? Oh, that's right. What'd you get, Steve?
8.
Okay. The body of Hobo Harry is lifted and is now riding the wave of popcorn. Billy Bob, Steve, you get swept away in this river of popcorn, pushed through all of the cornfield. You fly past the harvester, trying to grab hold of it as you guys swim past it, but it's too strong, and the current pushes you directly to the door of the house. Below you is Hobo Harry,
Is that other?
lifeless now, laying on his side.
Oh man, you gotta get up. And I just try and put him over my shoulder. Because I think I'm stronger than I am.
Yeah, give me a strength. With disadvantage, because he's a big boy.
He's got disadvantage on skills anyway, doesn't he?
Oh, he does, yeah. Yeah.
So it's annoyingly 19, 7.
You go to pick him up, and he is just dead weight. There's no moving him.
Oh man, what are you doing? Oh, we need your hooch.
Right next to Hobo Harry, the cat walks up and starts to eat some of the popcorn on the ground. And you watch as the popcorn it consumes starts to heal its body. Seam by seam. All of the pieces are now sewing itself back together with the magic of popcorn. And
Are we
then
out of
he
combat?
just walks over the top of Hobo Harry's body and he's like, "Come on, I'm walking here!" And keeps walking.
Are we in combat?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna pick up some popcorn after witnessing this, and just
Shove some
shove it
popcorn in his mouth.
in his mouth.
Both of you do that at the same time.
Yeah,
It's like the world's
then
worst.
I want to grab
sensu
his
bean.
like chin and head and just be like, make him eat. Come on, man, we need your hooch.
Okay.
You gotta get up.
I'm gonna say it works, but give me a con save, Hobo Harry, as your teeth get smashed together. Let's work out how many teeth you lose.
Well, I rolled.
How many does Hobo Harry have to
That's
lose?
what I was thinking, right?
He's got 8.
Well,
He's got a solid 8. He's
I
been
rolled
doing
an
well.
8.
Okay, you lose all your teeth. Okay, Hobo Harry, you have handfuls of popcorn in your mouth. You've got a solid 2d8 of healing coming your way, sir.
Fucking hell.
Whoa.
Power of popcorn.
That'll put me at 10, baby.
Damn.
Alright. You guys are also going to eat some popcorn?
Yeah, I was gonna wait for you to describe him getting up.
Yes, actually.
As he gets up, I'm just gonna reach down and be like, "God damn, this good stuff," and just grab like 2 handfuls, but some of it is definitely like dirt and shit on the ground, and try and shove it all in my mouth.
I'll sneak the last piece of jerky in
Because-
his mouth too.
Ah,
Oh. Nice. His, okay, roll me a con save, Billy Bob. Because of your fear of meat.
oh fuck. Oh, me.
The jerky. The jerky.
damn.
Jerky.
Ah, it's fine. I got 19 plus 2, 21.
Damn.
That's what
Lucky, 'cause I was
happens
gonna
when
get
it's
you to roll a
heavily
D8 and
processed
minus
meat.
it. It's no longer meat.
It's so far removed from animal.
I can't believe it's not meat.
Actually, Hobo Harry, roll me another con save.
Fuck. Oh fuck, because they fed me corn.
No,
Fear of corn.
he's knocked out though. Does he have a fear of it when he's like basically unconscious?
He's coming too, and he's still got a mouthful of corn kernels.
Oh yeah, it's fair.
7.
There's like husks that get stuck in your gums and shit, and they hurt your gum. Oh, horrible. Minus a d6 of health off your gained health.
Oh
As you begin
no.
to, as you begin to throw up and try and remove the corn from your mouth. negating the healing.
Did me and Steve gain anything from our popcorn relation?
Yeah, you get the 2.
Yeah, I double fisted the popcorn too.
Oh, hell yeah.
You get your 2d8. Yep.
6, 2, 8.
Steve, you don't have any fears.
Double ones.
Double ones. No way.
That sucks to
Oh,
suck.
dude, that's
Ow.
Double
rough.
I'm up to back to the base with a total of 18. I have 10. But my sanity's sitting on a whole 3.
More than I can say.
Hey.
So, you guys pick yourself up off the ground. You realize you've managed to survive the worst of it. You're standing out front of the house. You think, the keys. Where the hell are these keys? And then you remember Tinfoil Pete's conversation last week. Yes, sir! Best place to be keeping these here keys is in the freezer, you see, in the case of an alien attack. Or otherworldly. We're more than certain gonna need them. You know where they won't check? That there freezer. You realize the keys to the car are right back where you started. The prickly, barrel-looking creature still hulking over the house, directly behind you. Gripping your improvised weapons, you give each other a lasting glance, you sum up the courage somehow, and for one last time you charge forth into battle. Or do you? That's entirely up to you.
I don't have anything. I have no weapon.
That's right, you dropped it, didn't you?
I'll distract the creature. You guys get the keys. And I charge the creature.
Hang on. Hallucinations. Yeah. So I see what's happening. I'm like, oh, dang. Popcorn's just the best thing that ever did exist. So I try and pick some up to, like, throw. They're my improvised weapon. Pieces of popcorn that apparently heal.
I can't hear him telling us
Fantastic.
to go for the keys, so I'm going to go in to attack as well.
Fantastic. Okay, great. As you guys sum up the courage to run up the front steps, the front porch, and head into the house, the creature has taken on a strange appearance that looks somewhat familiar to Tinfoil Pete. So its face is now contorted to Tinfoil Pete's. It has almost humanoid arms now. It's actually shrunken a little bit in size, but its spikes are no longer made of wood or metal. The spikes are made of skin as well, or bone that's protruding out of this creature. It seems to have almost started to morph into Tinfoil Pete's body and composure, but it hasn't quite finished that morph yet, so it's still part thereof, the creature that you once saw. Give me a sanity check.
3.
This could be your last. Oh my god. Okay. Oh no.
16.
The D12?
10.
7.
Was that a 16?
Mm-hmm.
Hobo Harry? Nice. Okay. That's a pass. Steve?
10.
Okay. Steve, you don't save. Give me your D12. Billy Bob. So, with a 7, you have Tremor Trauma. You experience uncontrollable tremors or tics, which impose disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws that involve strength or dexterity.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
So literally every time he
Almost rendered
touches,
useless at this point.
every time he touches dice, it's a disadvantage, basically.
At this stage,
Pretty
yes.
much.
Well, that makes 2 of us, because I also just rolled a 7 on the D12.
Oh wow. Okay. Yep. So you go charging into battle with the disadvantage on your attacks and saving throws.
Alright, guys.
Hobo Harry, you go to fight him as well.
I got this. I have nothing in my hands. I'm just holding them out in front and they're shaking. I got this.
I'm yelling back again. Get the keys.
Okay. Well, we're gonna roll for initiative for the last time.
Nat 20.
Live or die. It's definitely gonna be the last time.
7.
I have no
Wow.
weapons. Not awesome. I really want your
22.
monster to go before me.
Sorry, 21. 21.
21. Damn. So it's Steve, Billy Bob, and then Abo Harry.
Or the monster in between.
Well, yeah, I never said anything about the monster, did I? So Steve, you're up.
Charging in. The scarecrow still partially attached to the.
Pitchfork.
That's the one. Thank you. To the pitchfork, and I just try to bury it into the leg of this creature.
Let's do it.
At disadvantage, that's gonna be a 10.
It doesn't hit. Surprise, surprise. The creature just deflects it with one of its strange protruding bone ligament things that are coming off of this thing. It's unaffected. Billy Bob.
Don't worry, man. I got you. I come running up behind him and try to you know when people help people play golf by holding onto their hips and swinging? I try to I try to get behind him with my shaking arms and shove the pitchfork in deeper even though it hasn't hit. Just in the hopes that it does something.
That's awesome.
And with a 19,
for it.
I'll let you decide how that goes.
Did you roll with disadvantage?
19 and 15.
The 50.
Oh, okay. It actually works. You manage to realign this strike and stab the creature. Yeah, you can roll for the damage of that weapon,
Was it a pitchfork?
which is
That's a
D6. Yeah.
It's 1.
Hey.
Okay, good. Yep, that's a good start for the end boss, which definitely.
Ah,
doesn't have
man, I got you.
more than one.
Thanks, Billy Bob.
Okay. Anything else, Billy Bob?
Nah, I figure that's gotta be it, really.
Yep. Yeah. Over Harry.
Surprised that I'm going first here. Well, for the creature.
Yep. Yep.
So Hobo Harry's gonna stamp his foot down on his whip, pull it taut, and then be like, ding 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 ding, and then fire off one of the bones.
Oh yeah.
Gonna use it like
Nice.
a weird guitar for.
That's awesome. Fire away, sir.
9.
Fuck. Not gonna hit, unfortunately. The bone just bounces off this creature. You didn't string it hard enough. Okay. It's the creature's turn now. In front of it is two idiots holding the same weapon.
It's like a full golf stance, like I'm holding behind him, just being like, hold one hand on his hip, one hand at the end of the fucking pitchfork, being like,
Yeah, so y'all are probably going to get attacked now. This thing is going to try and hit both of you. Does a 15 hit both of you?
Sure, I mean, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So that's going to be 8 piercing damage to both of you as this thing stabs you with its bony hands and basically stabs right through both of you with the one hit, skewering you both together.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well then.
it's pretty sexy. Yeah.
We're like kind of corn-fed shish kebab.
That is going to be it for the creature, though. From around you, you hear that familiar ring once again. That bellish sort of a tone. It's and then it's gone. That's it. Top of the round, Steve.
Having now had the assistance to really sort of line up that attack, I guess I'm just gonna try again.
Go for it.
That's 13.
That'll
With
hit.
disadvantage. Hey. 2.
2.
big.
Oh, man. Okay. Good. Yep, this is fine. Gonna be
Well, we're
dead
not
anytime
adding
soon.
anything, are we?
No, we're not. No. I think by this
Yeah.
point it was assumed that we'd have more. Like we'd be able to double up the weapons or something. You guys kept losing weapons, so.
Well, you really didn't count on the fact that
Really
all
not.
our rolls were shit.
Yeah.
So,
Very true. Billy Bob, you're up.
I dang don't want to die. I'm just gonna run in the house.
Yep, you're running through the house trying to find those keys.
Yeah.
Yep, go for it. Give me an investigation as you get into the kitchen.
$13?
Okay, and that's with your disadvantage.
That's alright. 15.
No.
13.
Hey, there we go.
Alright, cool. You distinguish the fridge from other items inside of the kitchen. You
Run inside. I'm
open
like,
the freezer door.
where are those damn keys?
You reef open the door to the freezer, and inside of the freezer is a chunk of ice, and inside of that chunk of ice is a set of keys right in the center of it. For the car. You have the keys to the car.
Do I have anything left, or is that?
That's probably about it.
Oof. Dang, I done found the keys. They're all frozen like.
Hobo Harry.
Hobo Harry's. That was a warning shot. And so I'll go and just fucking fire off another one. Now I've got my eye in, you know? I'm ready this time. And that'll be a 19.
Oh, damn. That'll hit. Awesome. Now, this is using the whip and bone combo. Whip is a d4, so you can add another 2d4 to that.
So 3d4 total.
3d4 total. Yep.
10.
Ooh. Wow. That's some high rolls. Very high.
2 4s
Okay.
and a 2.
This bone is like only a very small one. It's about, I don't know, it's just one finger bone basically. But you fire it with such ferocity, it fires straight through this creature. Straight through and through. Absolutely annihilates it. It's not dead though. And now it's the creature's turn. From afar it sees this guy stringing up the whip from the doorway. It also hears some guy yelling about keys behind it. It understands American. So it turns around and it looks over at Billy Bob holding the block of ice. And it's going to rip off a chunk of wall and roll it like a bowling ball down the hallway and try and take out Billy Bob.
I got a chunk of ice. I got a chunk of ice.
Does a 12 hit?
I saved 12.
Fuck.
Rough. Okay. You're going to take 5 bludgeoning from the chunk of wall basically barreling towards you.
Yeah.
That's not a good phase.
Gonna take my legs out from under me. I'm gonna slam into the ground, chest and face first, with this thing in my hands, just and not move.
Rough.
As that's all of my hit points.
Oh wow, really? Damn! Billy Bob hits the ground and you watch this chunk of ice shatter and the keys just go sliding across the center of the hallway. They're about equidistant between the lifeless body of Billy Bob and this creature and yourselves. Okay, that was fun. Steve.
This is gonna end poorly. I'm gonna attack it. That's a 5.
To hit. Yep.
The 5 hit. No. And I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit and make a run for the keys.
Okay. That was a good risk. It does not hit. That was a 4 total. Go darting under this creature's legs and run straight towards the keys. You snatch the keys up. Now what are you going to do?
That was 10 feet.
That was about 10 feet, yeah.
I've got another 20. How close to the car will that get me?
20 feet closer.
If you ran into one of the... If you ran into one of the bedrooms, like the straightest line would be through a bedroom, through the window, and then you'd be about 15 feet away from the car at that point. You'd have to dive out the window to do it.
Let's do it. Let's fucking go for it.
All right. Give me an athletics as you go charging through the bedroom and just dive off the bed.
Am I at disadvantage on athletics?
Yes.
7 gave me disadvantage on ability checks, right?
Strength and dex, yeah.
It's alright. 11.
Okay. You go through it. You just don't land well. So you're going to take 3 piercing damage from the window as you go through. Just cut you up a little. No? Oh, no! You bounce off the bed, go through the window, it cuts you open, and then you land lifeless body on the ground on the other side with your hand
The keys
open,
in hand.
keys sitting in the palm of your hand.
Did the deaf guy
Oh.
notice any
Well,
of
yeah,
this?
because I was firing at the
He's-
creature,
he-
and the
he has
creature was
eyes.
the one that attacked you. So I'm watching the creature attack you, and by proxy, I would have seen Steve run through and grab the keys and then run out the bedroom.
Yep.
Now, is it my turn in initiative?
One of us has to make it out alive.
Well, it's Billy Bob's turn actually. Billy Bob, what are you gonna do?
Saving attempt.
He's gonna try and save.
I know.
6.
Good.
Fail.
Okay. Now it's Hobo Harry's turn.
So I'm gonna muster all.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. You're right.
I'm gonna muster all me hobo strength. I'm gonna just charge on, straight through, dive through the window, commando roll, catch the keys, and fuck off out. Go to the Winchester and wait for all this to blow over.
Nice. Roll me in athletics as you go charging through. You can just use your action to disengage if you wanted to, or you can risk the
Yeah.
the hit. Up to you.
Nah, I'll disengage.
Okay. You disengage. You run straight through the legs of this creature again, and you jump through the window off the bed. This time, obviously not risking the cuts, but you are risking the fall.
Free.
What is wrong with you guys? It's only one bludgeoning damage from the fall.
I'm a fucking dumb hobo. Like, what did you expect? But one bludgeoning. I'm good to go still.
Okay. You snatch the keys up out of the lifeless body of Steve. You now have the keys. I'd say that's pretty much all you can do, though. So the creature,
Yeah, that's
now having seen you just dart through its legs and out the window, just starts running through the house, just demolishing walls left, right, and center. It's going to probably get to the wall that you're up to, and it's going to try and knock the wall so that it just slowly falls straight on you and the car next to you. And it's going to only partially damage this wall, so the wall is not going to come down on this turn, but it will come down on the next round. It's pretty low rolls, so. Alright. You're up, Billy Bob. I mean, Steve. Sorry. And Billy Bob, you might as well roll.
That's
too.
a success with a 14.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. Hobo Harry, keys in hand. You're 10 feet away from the vehicle. You've got the alternator in your back pocket.
yeah. So I'm just gonna run, jump in the car, and try and turn the key, because as much
Yep.
as I have no idea what I'm doing, the first thing I want to see is if it actually starts.
Okay. You turn the key. The car does not start. From behind you, the walls begin to crack and crumble, and they start to fall towards the vehicle. Your heart starts to race. Give me a final sanity check.
7.
Okay. Have you only got 1 point of sanity left at this point?
Yep. Yeah,
After
that
this?
drops me to 1.
Okay. You are stressing hard. Okay, give me a madness table roll. I hope you don't get a 9.
6. Wait, 9. Yeah, 9.
No! 9. Frozen.
Uh-oh.
The character occasionally freezes up in fear or distress. At the start of each of their turns, they must succeed on a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw or be unable to take any action or reaction for that turn. So you're frozen in fear, basically. Give me a Wisdom saving throw and see if this takes effect immediately.
Best person to have it.
2.
You go to look at those wires, and your hands are just shaking. You're just holding the wires. You can't seem to put them back together. There's literally just 2 wires that you need to just turn, just make contact, and that's all you would need to start this vehicle. But your hands just won't obey, and with that, the wall is going to topple down onto the vehicle. And the vehicle is going to take 7 damage. It's also going to be pinned a little bit underneath the weight of all of the brick. And not only that, but now the creature's turn is up. So it takes the final 15 feet of movement, walks through the remainder of the crumbling wall, and gets to the vehicle. And it's going to attempt to pierce from one of the passenger side windows straight through with one of its clawed hands and try and pierce you and push you through the other side of the vehicle. As a 16 go.
Fuck, that'll actually hit. I was really hoping, because like I've got an AC of 14 at the moment, so I was thinking like I'd have hobo
you built
agility
it.
on my side.
So that's 7 piercing damage.
That is me dead.
Holy shit! So you hear that same bell. Beep, 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 beep. Gets louder and louder, more piercing. You block your ears, blinking hard. You're trying to shake that noise. And then you raise your head off the couch, the living room, the floor. There's no debris in the house, with the exception to the cans that are scattered across the ground. Your work friends are strewn about the place. The ground, the dinner table, the benches. Tinfoil Pete walks out of the bedroom. The only one who looks like he's had a great night's sleep. Or did he party all the way through? Yep, this here bathtub brewing corn hooch sure is a wild ride. Boys getting ready for work or what? The end.
Motherfucker.
Goddamn corn hooch.
That was wild.